Hello everyone, this is the fourth Ironman Podcast. This one will be recorded. People have been asking, this one will be recorded, yes, alright. And now for introductions, I'm Situation. I am currently rank 1 Ironman for now until Lelalt passes me.
I'm Lelalt and I'm forever rank 2.
I'm JamiBear. I'm forever, I don't even know.
I'm Hauki, and I'm the pleb.
I'm Iron Cub, rank 8 I think, and the Burnout.
My name is Iron Flynn, and I'm rank 1 Iron no quest.
Alright, there was our introductions for this. Almost everyone's maxed. Hauki will be someday too. Alright, so the first question was if this will be recorded. Yes, this one is being recorded. The previous broadcast is also saved. Everything will be doing fine. We're going to start it off with, what is your favorite and least favorite update since the last podcast?
This is a hard one for me. I don't think there has been any really bad updates since the last podcast in, what has it been, 2 months? So I'll just say construction because it was pretty nice and not that OP. And least favorite, I honestly can't think of any. That was really bad, so I'll just say the favorite.
Favorite update would probably be the Slayer encounters, maybe the fairy ring quality of life. I think that was really nice. Least favorite? I don't really know. I don't think that there was one that I didn't like. But there was not really any that stood out to me either.
For me, probably the favorite would be the construction update as well. It was nice expansion for construction, but again, I don't know the least favorite. They are all pretty nice. So I'm gonna head and just say the favorite as well.
Well, for me, I'd say my least favorite is Last Man Standing. The reason I don't like that is because when they first introduced Zaya as a concept, they were talking about the Colosseum, which would kind of be like dual tournaments, which I really liked back in the day, so I was hoping for that. But now, because of Last Man Standing, that isn't coming, so I'm kind of disappointed by that. And my most favorite is like a combination of two. First off, construction, because of the fairing in the house, and then the second one is the one where they made it so you can use your fairy ring from anywhere and use like last location, because that makes PVMing a lot easier for things like KQ.
For me, POH update was both the best and the worst. I think the altar is very nice, but I can't even use the fairy ring, so that's the worst of the...
Wait, why not?
I need the quest. I don't have the quest though.
You don't have a quest cave? Wow.
Yeah, so he doesn't get to use the nice teleport to the quest, or the fairy ring with the quest cape.
Wait, have you not done Fairy Tail Part 2?
Nope.
Can we get DVS on your instead, please?
Rank 5 Iron Man. 4.
Alright, I gotta say my favorite is the construction update. I just love how they finally added things to it and made it like very useful, even though it did make it a little bit easier. I just like the idea of doing something then unlocking it for good. Just like, that's why I like doing quests, because you do the quest once and you just unlock it. And I gotta say, for my least favorite, get ready for this, it's Wintertodt. I don't like... I know I'm always here now, but I just don't like how they made things like... You can just do the skills with no supplies, but I mean, even though I don't like it, I'm still gonna do it. It's not too bad of an update, I just don't like the idea of it.
Hypocrite.
No, I've already said! I just don't like the idea of it, but I'm gonna do it.
A new gathering skill is always nice.
Yeah, like Zora.
Oh my god. Alright, question number 3. What are your thoughts on Wintertodt?
I haven't done too much Wintertodt. I've only done about 30 kill count. I've done it on the day that it came out, but I think firemaking did need an update. I don't know if that's the way that they should have went about it, but from what I can tell, most people seem to enjoy it, so maybe they did well with it, maybe they didn't. I think the XP per hour is maybe a little bit too OP considering it doesn't require any supplies. I don't know about the loot anymore. I think the loot's been stabilized a little bit so it's not too overpowered. If I was to do 99 firemaking, or if I was to make another Ironman, I would definitely do 99 firemaking through it though. Places I would use the Tame of Fire, I would probably only use it at Kraken, if I'm honest. I don't think that there'd be any other places that I would use it.
Okay, Wintertodt, I have done like 2 mil XP there, about 80 kill count. So, I don't know, it's kind of nice new method of fire making, you don't have to get the logs anymore. But I would say the same, like it's maybe a bit too much XP per hour when you don't need any supplies anymore. And the loots, I don't know what kind of loot you get nowadays, so I guess any extra from just cheap fire making is nice. Wait. Yeah, well, okay. Well, I mean, I guess you might as well do the fire making there when you start your new account, so you get a lot of nice supplies. But I don't actually know if it's efficient. But I guess it's like low-level Pearsons, because Pearsons seems to always be the struggle on low-level Ironman, so that's nice Pearsons you get there. And a lot of construction XP as well, so you don't have to maybe woodcut, and you don't have to chop oaks. Tom of Fire... What?
With steel axe.
Yeah, with steel axe. Yeah, don't use that steel axe. Tom of Fire, yeah, I don't really know where it would be useful. I can't think of any. I don't have it and I have never used it. And over Zulra, I would probably do Wintertodt just because I'm lazy. Less Zulra is always nice.
Okay, so what are my thoughts on Wintertodt? I like it. I mean, I've done it myself quite a bit. I like the fact that it was an easy pet to get, since I'm going for a pet hunt. Well, not at the moment, but yeah, I like the idea that I gave a pet with it. The XP, I think the XP is fine. It's not too great, and I like the fact that I don't have to sit there and just burn logs all day. Never really liked fire making. It's a pretty useless skill as well, so why not? The loot at the start was way too good. Like, there were games where you get like 8 Renar seeds in one time, and that was just stupid. I still think that they should just remove Renar and snap seeds, because I don't know, I stacked up so many just by doing Wintertodt for the outfit. It's really a bit overpowered. Where will it fit in when starting a new account? I mean, I guess I do it if I start a new account, I'll do it as soon as I get 50. Even if you want to fire make with logs later on at the end, it's still useful to get the gear, I guess, for the bonus XP. As far as the Tome of Fire go, any useful places we thought of, well, before it came out, Aloe and I had a discussion, and it was about whether it would stack with the Smoke Battle Staff effect, because if that was the case, then Fire Wave could be really OP. But I think the problem with the Tome of Fire, even though they've made some updates to it, I still think the pages are way too rare, and I don't think I would use it anywhere, especially maybe Kraken, but I've finished Krakens now, so... And would I do this over Zora for fire making? Well, for the people that don't know, I have 3k Zora, KC 3.6k. Not a fan of Zora, so I would do anything over Zora.
Yes, Wintertodt. I don't like Wintertodt. It's way too AFK. I would like it to be... I don't know. Maybe if you could light one brazier only and have to run around all the time, it would be a bit better. Still not that intensive. And the loot is decent. I don't know. If you look at what you get from 200 mil, it's not that much. That doesn't really bother me. And Zora, I really don't like that. So I would always do Wintertodt over Zora.
Alright, Wintertodt. I've already said that I don't like it just because it requires no supplies. But let's start with the loot. The loot, I think it did need to get toned down a little bit from the release, like getting 10 Snapdragons at a time and all the loots. I wish I didn't have work that morning so I could have played all morning. But as for all the loots at the starting Ironman, I personally think it's good to start Ironman, steal like 400 cakes and go straight to Wintertodt. you can use all those cakes on 99 firemaking and start out with you start out with like, I think it's 1 mil cash you get from Wintertodt. Then you'll get all the essence and all the low-level seeds for farming and all of the other supplies that you can use later on, like all the gold ore. So it's easier to get smithing up for the quest at the start. And you only use like 400 cake as well, so I think that's very worth it. And then you can get all the saltpeter for getting the Hasidius favor, so you can get your rune axe that way. I do think it's worth doing before 99 thieving, in my opinion. And if you do happen to get the tome, some of you might not get the tome in 99 firemaking there, but if you do, I think it's worth holding on to, because they keep talking about Fire Surge. And with all the Fire Surge talk, it could possibly be good at Zulrah or somewhere else if that does happen to come out. And as for Zulrah, this is pretty equivalent to Zulrah in my opinion. The only difference is this is a lot more relaxing, like Flynn said. It's very AFK, which makes it a lot more easier, so the more casual player can do it instead of killing like 8,000 Zulrahs. That's what I'm not a fan of, just how much easier it is.
Yeah, Wintertodt. I agree with most of you. Like, it's too AFK. Well, the XP isn't that OP, and as Tyler said, it's not really that OP compared to Zulrah. Although it is really AFK and it's easy to compared to Zulrah. For example, if I had spent all this time at Zulrah instead of Wintertodt, I'd be over 21k Zulrah KC, but I probably would have burned out after the first week. Loot-wise, yeah, it's really good for loots, and I think they could have easily made it so you don't get any loots, and there would still be roughly the same amount of people training firemaking here, just because it's AFK. You don't need logs, and it's decent XP. So yeah, it's not that bad. And what else was there? Tome of Fire, I have no idea where to use it. I just bear it when I do farm runs. So when I teleport to my Varrock tree patch, I don't need to get fire runes. That's pretty much it. And on a new account, they do it whenever you want. In the beginning, in the end, it doesn't really make that much of a difference.
For doing it at the beginning though, Lela, the only reason why I would suggest to do that before thieving is because you'll take like even less damage at the start when you're only 10 HP, so cakes from thieving will just work perfectly.
But later on you have some other food you can use, so...
That's true as well.
I don't think that's a good enough reason alone to do it at first. But yeah, you get oak logs and saltpeter for Hosidius favor and runner seeds and stuff like that, so it would be beneficial to do it early.
Alright, question number 4. What are your thoughts on the rogue outfit update and the firemaking outfit?
Well, first of all, the firemaking outfit, it's like 2.5%, no, yeah, 2.5% air boost. I don't know, it's kind of cool, I guess, not a huge deal, I guess. Nice to have, if you have it, then nice. Rogue's outfit update, well, makes pickpocketing actually good thing to do on main accounts as well, like Master Farmers, that's a decent money-making method nowadays as well, so I don't know, that's kind of nice, and obviously herb seeds go down and makes herb law maybe cheaper, I don't know. But so much for main accounts. Ironman, it was very nice, especially for my new Ironman. Pickpocketing RD Knights is like 300k money per hour right now, and that's amazing. It's very nice, and obviously the Master Farmers, 20 runner seeds an hour, and just so many seeds per hour. I have actually never done it yet, so I don't even know the rates, but from what I have heard, it's amazing. So, you know, easy scape, good scape. I'm happy with it. And wait, it made the Rogues Den minigame, you know, people actually do it now, so that's good. And I like that minigame a lot.
Alright, so what do I think of the Rogue's outfit and firemaking outfit? First of the firemaking outfit, as far as looks go, I think it looks really cool now with the hood, not the one they intended to do at first. The way to get it, I guess Wintertodt, as I said, I like it. It's a bit overpowered, but it's fine. The 2.5% boost obviously doesn't do that much, but it looks cool, so why not? Other skills have outfits. The Rogue's outfit, I really like the Rogue's outfit. I like that it's different. It's double loot from pickpocketing. And the mini game is one of the most fun things I've done on RuneScape on my Ironman, especially because we all did it together. It was a lot of fun. And yeah, I like that it's another alternative to for Herblore as far as seeds go. Just do monster farmers. So yeah, I like both of them, I guess.
Yeah, what Cup said. Rogue's minigame was really fun to do with the team. Yeah, for the use it's firemaking outfit is not that useful. It's only 2.5%, I think. So yeah, you could get it, but if you're going for turnip mill, it isn't even worth it to get if you do it with normal firemaking. And the rogue's outfit is just, yeah, it gives double seeds. I don't know, I don't really like to do master. Still, it's a nice update. Yeah.
Alright, what do I think of Rogue's outfit? It came at one of the worst timings possible. Should have came a few months beforehand. As for the idea of it, I think it's not bad. It gives more reason to pickpocket. As for like main accounts too, who worry about all this money per hour, it's like amazingly worth it if you're pickpocketing your way to 200 mil, just because it'll take like an hour or two, if you're really unlucky, 3 hours to get, and you profit like an extra 100 mil off thieving as a main account. Like, it kind of made it worth for everyone to get. And reviving Rogue's Den, that was amazing. We did it as a big group, like everyone else said, and right when Cub maxed, all of us went there together, and we would just start racing, and then we all started trying to do different paths, and then we eventually did it so much we Lela made a giant guide on it, if you want to see his video on it to get it. And as for firemaking outfit, also what Cub said, I'm glad they changed the hat. The hat, was not a fan of it at first. I was really confused with what they were trying to do there.
I don't really care for the firemaking outfit, and as Flynn said, it's not even worth getting on mains and firemen. It's, yeah, I guess it's nice, but don't really like how it looks. But the Rogue's outfit, I love how it looks. And yeah, it's amazing, and I'm so happy that I'm such a burnout skill hopper and didn't finish 200 mil thieving before this, because now I have 80 million XP to do on Master Farmers, and I can't wait to get my hands on all of those nice herb seeds and like 3 years worth of herb runs to do. And yeah, pretty much everything said. It's worth for both mains, and well, I don't know, actually, Pyramid Plunder is probably still worth doing over Hardy Knights, but especially for Ironman, it's really, really nice. No matter what you do, Knights, Blackjacking, Master Farmers, really nice.
Thoughts on the rogue outfit and firemaking outfit? I think the firemaking outfit's good, but I don't think it's something that I would ever try and obtain specifically to get it, because I don't think I would use it, but it's nice to have there just for the people that do want it, I suppose. The rogue's outfit, I don't think it should be a 100% chance. I think that's a little bit overpowered. Maybe give it a 50% chance at double loot, because people would still use it even if it was only 50%, but if they were to put in new updates in the future with pickpocketing, they've got to kind of balance it around the fact that you can get double loot now too, which is a bit silly. But I don't know, I will still get it and use it, so.
Next question. How do you feel about the Master Farmers and Rogues effect on the efficient way to max?
Oh, how does it affect it? Honestly, I don't know if it affects it that much. I was talking about it with OSRS the other day. I think the biggest thing it could do is make it so you need to prioritize Slayer over Herb XP. But even then, I'm not sure if it's a big enough impact to really change a lot. I think it's just another option. It just gives you something else to do for the people who can't be bothered killing 7k Zulra or whatever. So, does it really affect it that much? I don't think so. But as I said, I didn't really look into it that much, so someone else might have more insight on that.
Yeah, I'm also not sure how much faster it is. I think it's a bit faster for Herblore, but yeah. The max ride, I don't know, for me it only affects how I do Slayer. I won't need to pray flick anymore, so that's...
I do think it changed a little bit. For all the people who camp Abbey Specs for the herb, I think it is now better to do Master Farmers, just because on top of you get a tad bit more Herblore XP per hour, including doing all the herb runs and making all the potions and everything. You get like, I think it was like 3 to 4k more herb XP per hour, which was kind of a big deal compared to like 22k to 26k or something. And then on top of that, you get the like 115k thieving. So overall, I think that's a lot better to do instead of camping Abbey Specs. But you can always get your herb from other places if you max slower, like Kingdom, or you just do more Zulrah and more Slayer, depending on what tasks you do. I do think that Master Farmers are worth doing for a little bit though, especially with all the prayer potions. You won't need to flick if you're lazy.
But the question was efficient max route, so I don't think comparing it to Abbey Specs is that relevant. For at the moment, I don't think it's that much more efficient. It might be slightly, or it might be a bit less efficient. I don't know. As Cup said, I haven't done the math either. But in the future, when, not if, Zura gets devalued more, it will mean we'll need to get more herb XP somewhere, so that might as well be from Master Farmers. So might not be efficient now, but trust me, it will be in the future. Unless there will be a new Herblore skilling boss.
I haven't really looked into any of it, but I didn't really train much of my Herblore anyway. I got most of my Herblore through PBMing and bossing and stuff, so a bit different for me, but I'll probably do Master Farmers after max anyway, just for the prayer pots that I get out of it.
Yeah, I don't even... I think is the efficient method just to do Zulrah still, or is there some better way? I don't even know, but I haven't done any math either, so I don't know. But, you know, like, just like Lela said, if or when the Zulrah gets devalued even more, then I guess this is a good way to get Herblore. And for example, because I have to get my Herblore up on my Haugen Iron on the other account, I can do Master Farmers for pure Herblore XP, and it should be better than Aberrant Spectres, for example. So I guess there's nice that there is a new pure Herblore XP method out there, just for me.
Next question. Thoughts on superior Slayer creatures?
Yeah, I think it's a really good update. It's, in my opinion, the best update so far for Slayer. And as the drops go, it's decent, not too OP, so that's a good thing always. But still worth it to do, so in my opinion, a really good update.
I think, as the valuation scape goes, we need more updates with bonus Slayer XP. So, instead of, like, getting originally like 800 mil combat XP from Slayer, things like Jad and things like Superior Slayer that give bonus Slayer XP because you get like times 10 Slayer of its HP. Like, we're gonna need more things to devalue Slayer that way if we want...
No, we don't. Yeah, I agree.
Okay, I know we don't need it, but as for
Nightmare
like
Zone.
not going...
You need it.
Alright, okay.
Nightmare Zone.
Some of us need less melee XP, and we'll get more bonus Slayer XP that way. But even if you don't, you'll get like so much melee XP from Slayer alone, even without like doing Nightmare Zone or anything. You're gonna go over 200 mil all melees with like out all the bonus XP tasks. So I'm okay with that, I guess. Only for Slayer, because Slayer is gonna get devalued hard anyways.
Yeah, Slayer is by far the most updated skill, and it'll always get devalued. And it might as well, or it might be, like you said, Tyler, you get more bonus Slayer XP like from Chad and the Superior Slayer encounters. About the encounters themselves, I haven't done any Slayer since I've been just camping Wintertodt. But I've watched all the vids by DVS, loot from 1K. Oh no, never mind. My bad. That's totally different. Okay, so the Slayer encounters, yeah, I don't have much to say about them. Haven't done them at all. What about them?
I really like this. Sorry. I really like the Superior Slayer creatures, the encounters. I haven't had too many yet, but it does make me do tasks that I would otherwise just skip and not do, so that's kind of nice.
I have done 2 of them already, so I don't know much about them, but from what I have heard, the input heart is really good. Helps on Zulra, for example, so you know, easier Zulra, easy escape, good escape, and yeah, I don't know much about them, so I don't have any opinion yet.
The Superior Slayer creatures, I think, is one of the best updates that has come out the last few weeks. Obviously it gives a very small boost to Slayer XP, which is fine with me. It's also something different, like you have that like Necrals and Bloodveils that are just the same every time, so it's nice to get some variety with that. It's also fun to see people die to the Necral encounter every now and then. I like that they gave them some new drops, like the Imbued Heart is really good for things like, even things like Corp, I think, for the mage defense. Although, it doesn't help that much with the Trident, because apparently they cap damage at 105, which is being fixed, by the way. So soon it'll be even better to have an Imbued Heart, which I like it. It's just more variety, which is always good.
What do you think about the damage cap on Trident with the Imbued Heart? I think it's level 105 it caps.
Yeah, as I said, they're gonna fix that. I think they're gonna fix that. I talked to Merrick about it. We talked about it before it even came out, and he said that he thought there was no cap, but after the dummy came out, they confirmed that there is. And I think Ash said he will look into it. And
was there a reason for the cap?
I'm pretty sure because that's like as high as it could get anyway, so the guy who wrote the code probably thought, oh whatever, it's not gonna get any higher.
Little did he know.
I mean, isn't it the same with other skills? Didn't they say that things like woodcutting, like using Dragon Axe spec after 99 woodcutting has no effect in anything?
Yeah, they said it works like that for most skills, but they didn't specify them. I don't think.
Question for Jam really quick. You said you were doing more tasks that you would usually skip. What task are you doing now that you didn't before because of Superior Slayer?
Well, I guess it's not so much that I would skip, but I would have done Abyssal Sire over normal Abyssal Demons, but I've been doing normal Abyssal Demons trying to get the encounters lately. Gargoyles, I would usually just skip those. I think they have an encounter now.
Well, aren't you also doing Gargoyles because of the improved drop table, not just the encounters, because the encounter doesn't do that much? Anything, I would do Gargoyles for the drop table now.
Drop table, yeah. I have not had a Gargoyle task since the update though, so I haven't really seen what the improved drop table's like now, but from what I've heard it's pretty good, but Bloodvelds is another one that I would usually skip that I do now.
That's like the best task.
Going off a little of what Cub said before, thoughts on any useful places for the Imbued Heart or the new stabs? And going off of what Cub said a lot with the Imbued Heart, I do agree that it has many uses in a lot of places. And I saw a Lake tweet, even though that there's no cap, or there is a cap on the Trident damage, you still have 5 minutes or whatever of max damage with your Trident. It doesn't matter that there's a cap. You just get 5 minutes of the max damage anyway, so that's like a huge boost. And as for the stabs, I guess it doesn't mean too much anymore, because you could have done like a Mist Staff instead of a Steam Staff at Lavas, but now with the Tome, it doesn't make too big of a difference, so I don't really know where you could use the stabs to benefit yourself.
The heart will be nice for Zora, even with the cap. As you said, you'll get more damage, and it lasts longer. And for the stabs, I also have no idea. I would have probably used either one of them, was it mist or dust? Can't remember for lavas, but now with the Tome of Fire, can just use that and any air stuff. So maybe in the future.
I would probably use the Imbued Heart at Zulrah and Kraken. That's probably the only two places I would use it. The Starves, I could be maybe using the Dust stuff if you're doing a lot of things in your play around house, but the Mist stuff, I think it is, I don't see that there's any use for that at the moment, but maybe in the future they'll bring out some things where these staffs could be a lot more use than they are at the moment. That would be nice.
Yep, pretty same answer. Zulrah for the heart, and staffs, I have no idea if they are good anywhere. Probably some small uses, quality of life changes.
I agree about the staves. There's not really any place where they're like necessary. I guess like as Jamie said, things in your house might be good. As for the Imbued Heart, I'm gonna use it if I ever get it. I'm gonna use that Corp for that extra base defense. Seems to help a lot from what I've heard. And Zulrah. So yeah, pretty useful together.
Yeah, for me basically the same answer as you guys.
Alright.
Oh yeah, one place for the dusts. Guns Chili saying in the chat filling buckets. I think he means wearing the dust staff to use the house teleport.
Yeah.
If you don't have a room pouch, then you can save inventory space that way.
That's
Yeah,
true.
You are in the PvP world, so I wouldn't bring rune pouch there.
Oh,
Oh,
I've done
yeah,
that
that's
before.
That's a good point also.
Nice point of pointing that out. On to the next one. What are your thoughts on the Slayer buffed drop tables?
Alright, now I can say I watched all the DVS vids doing 1k of each monster with the updated drop tables, and they seem really nice. Especially gargoyles for GP and necks for GP and double seeds. Both of those will be really nice. Especially, again, if Zura get D values, will struggle to get enough cash for 200 mil smithing construction and buying runes and stuff like that. So extra cash from gargoyles will be nice. And of course, necks, double seeds, really nice for herblore. Kurasks, I'm still undecided if they're worth doing or not. Someone should test them a bit more to see all the XP rates. And yeah, average herb XP per drop maybe would be nice to know, and also bite berries. So those might be worth doing or might not. And that's about it. I don't know about the other drop tables. They're not that important.
The only ones that I've really seen people doing are the Kurasks, and that seems to be pretty decent. I think you get a fair bit of limp works from that, but they're not really a problem, I suppose. But I guess it's nice just to get the noted limps and the white berries if you don't really want to collect them or farm them.
I think you get enough limps from necros alone.
I think so as
do
well.
I get about 150 every task at next.
Oh, right, yeah. So I haven't done any of these tasks. I've been slaying trying to get them, and I haven't had a single one yet. I keep getting boss tasks and stuff, but I know that the gargoyles were quite OP when they first came out for coins, but I think that's been fixed up. I have no idea about the water fiends and the scabberites. From what I heard, they're still pretty bad. But I'll probably do them when I get them on task just to see if they're good for me or not.
Yeah. Overall, all the improvements, the money, that's good. I'm struggling on money on low-level Ironman, so all the money I get is good. And all the secondaries for herblore, like limpet fruits, that's really good. And like someone said, you can get enough limps for just from necrials, so that's nice. You don't have to collect them anywhere else. And yeah, it's just a nice. I have done 100k Slayer XP since all these updates, so I don't know much about this. But yeah, from what I have heard, it's really good. Nice updates. I don't have anything else.
The updated drop tables, yeah, I haven't done all of them. I've done gargoyles and necrals only. As far as those goes, I think gargoyles aren't that great. They're all right, but the necrals are really, really good now. Not just the double seeds, but also the like GP value you get in Alex is insane. I get like at least 10 rune 2-handers every task, and obviously the limpet roots are always nice. Even though if you've done mole, you should be fine on limpet roots for a long time. Yeah, I don't know, I like it. For instance, with Necrules, there wasn't really... I mean, you get seeds, but you didn't get that many seeds, and other than that, you get like rune boots, big deal. Like, why would you even use rune boots? So it's nice that tasks like that get like more incentive to be done. So I like it.
You need to collect rune boots.
I have like 30, that's enough for me.
Yeah, I really like that. That makes me want to do more gargoyles at least, and necrons, because before I didn't do them. And everything that makes horse is good. So yeah, good update overall, I think.
Did you just say you didn't do neck reels before?
No, I didn't. And that's
What?
why I barracks down.
Oh.
No quest cape, no Ferte Part 2, no necros.
No torso.
Your DBS.
He didn't have a
DBS
torso either.
reborn.
No, don't tell them that.
Oh, you guys didn't hear that. Alright, drops. Going back on Karask, I don't think Karask are really worth doing because they don't seem to drop that much herb. It's morely the secondaries, like some white berries, some limps, but like limps, you're not gonna need that many because you're gonna get a ton of neck reel tasks and you'll do them for the double seeds as well as all the limps. Like I've been hearing people get like 150 to 200 on average per task of what people have told me. So I don't think Karask are really worth doing at all unless you don't have any points to skip and you have to do them. They're okay. And gargoyles, I think that's good. Like with what Lela said, how when Zulrah will get devalued, we'll need more money elsewhere, and we'll get more money off Slayer now doing gargoyles. Scabrites, I've actually heard main accounts can get like 1.5 mil an hour there, just being an alt there, but it looked more click intensive than other alts. Dust Devils drop a few more bars now compared to like one Mithril bar before. It drops like 10 noted. That's pretty nice. You can probably stack some nice bars up on the way to finishing Slayer. Water Fiends, I have no idea about. Question number 9. What are your thoughts on what they propose for ZMI, and do you think it will become a new meta?
I don't think we needed ZMI. We only had Zaya runecrafting come out in January. I don't think runecrafting needed another update so soon. I think if they were going to bring out ZMI, they should have put that on Zaya and had their own take on it instead of having the Bloods and the Souls runecrafting. So I think it'll become the new meta. I'm not too sure because I haven't done ZMI since, I don't know, like 2008 or 2009, so Jagex don't seem to think it'll be the best method, but then they have a way of underestimating their players too, so I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, I've never done ZMI ever, so I don't know exactly how it works, but from what I have heard, you get like random runes. But yeah, I am thinking the same, where Blood and Soul runes should have been replaced with CMI, and that would have been better update for runecrafting. But if it's gonna be new meta, I have no idea. I guess if it's gonna be like better XP per Pearsons is the main question. Because the XP per hour can be like 40-50k or something like that, what they said. So it could be, but I don't exactly know how it even works.
I haven't done ZMI in years, and I only did it a little bit. I used to be an even bigger noob back in the day. But yeah, I don't see why they feel the need to add this. I didn't even think there was really like a big shout from the community for it. I don't remember seeing anyone asking for it. RuneCraft's pretty balanced as it is, so yeah, I don't see why we need it. Is it gonna become a meta? I don't know. Like, obviously, the experience are probably gonna be a lot higher than they said at first, but I assume they're gonna nerf that until it's right. The XP per Puras might be higher. Is it? I think we just have to wait and see, because we still don't know what they're gonna do with it exactly, but I don't know. Doesn't seem like a very useful update.
Yeah, from what I heard, as it currently stands, it's about 55 to 60k an hour. So if that much, I would do it, but they said they would nerf it if it was higher. So it's gonna be 47k an hour, what they said. And I was thinking, if you get a lot of blood and soul runes and death runes, you could barrage more tasks, and it might be more efficient, but from what I've seen, you don't get that many runes, so I'm not sure if it's faster.
They said that they would nerf it down to 46.7 kxp per hour at 99. Like, if it comes out and it's not what they want it to be, they'll keep nerfing it to what it is, what they want it to be. And so most likely the first week or first few days it'll be OP, and then they'll nerf it, is what I'm assuming which is going to happen. I don't think it's needed what they proposed for it, just because there's already souls and bloods, and that's pretty AFK. I think if they never brought in Zeah runecrafting, this would have been perfect. This is what they should have done instead of Zeah runecrafting altogether. Like, needing essences, a thing that's nice compared to just going there, mining some essence, getting all your runecrafting.
I honestly have nothing to add. I pretty much agree with all of you.
Question number 10. Thoughts on the blast furnace update?
Yeah, that update was really nice for Ironman. Oh, I don't know, but at least for me, because I really didn't like the fact that if I have to go through, like, just waiting for some CC to come up and, you know, put some blast furnace up for 1 hour, then I would be doing it for 1 hour, and then after that I would have to wait for another 50 minutes for a possible 1 hour again, or there would be no game for another 5 hours. I don't know, just made it so much nicer that now I can do like smithing for 10 hours in a straight if I want to, and I don't have to rely on whatever. I don't have to wait for other people to help me to do it. And also I guess this way it feels more legit to do it on Ironman. I don't have to like pay on my main account to do it or stuff like that. So it's nice. I like it.
Honestly, one of my favorite updates. Just having to deal with true BF was like the worst thing ever, so now that I never have to do that again, it's great. Yeah, the pavement and everything was just a drag, so it's really nice that you're able to do this now. As Hauki said, you can also just keep going, you don't have to wait, so that speeds it up a bit. And I've heard that it's slightly better XP as long as people repair the pipes at the right time. So yeah, I really like it, and as Hauki said, it feels more legit if you do it now as an Ironman, even though you still have players repairing the pipes, so I guess that's a bit but yeah, nice update.
Yeah, it's really good update, but I've not done it. Is it 60k an hour you have to pay?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think it should be a little bit more than that. It's a really OP update if it's only 60k an hour.
It was already 60k though, so with
yeah,
clans.
okay, but that's what a clan made up. And yeah, plus maybe 100k would be better, but still it's a really nice update.
I do like that it's almost like it's player design content, kind of like how they chose the 60k just because that's what the clans did, and the clan like basically just copied the clans even though it killed off the clans. I do like that they finally did this, because I didn't like having to sit in the clan chat and see all the people complain while you wait for them to say like, oh hey guys, a shift is running up, and then like you finally go there, you're going to go pay them, and then you need to wait in like a 10-minute line because they're just like trading everyone else except you. And it was more of an annoyance to me. I didn't mind it though. I always just thought it was funny at True Blast Furnace clan chat when they would stop because someone went AFK, one of the workers. Everyone would just spam like 1 and put on the like they would put on the retribution prayer, and then like once the person fixed their problem or whatever, everyone would just put on the redemption prayer and just go back to smithing. I always laughed at that.
The only thing I don't like about it is basically Jagex tried to fix crashing the BF and CCs like that. But they didn't actually fix the problem, they just made that instead, so it killed the CCs altogether. And it's only in 2 worlds, which I don't like. Would prefer it to be in more worlds, so there'd be less people and less lag, and maybe less bots, I don't know. But overall I think it's pretty nice. Haven't done it yet, but I'll take your guys' word for it, that it's pretty much the same as using the private CCs.
Didn't you trade over 150 mil Smithen with that Herbler XP?
No, I didn't have time. It was hot fixed too fast.
Fair enough. My thoughts on the Blast Furnace, I think it was a really good update. It was kind of needed. I do think that it should be more than 60k GP an hour. I was thinking maybe 100 to 120k. People would still use it even if it was that, and that would create a nice money sink. I also think that maybe it should be 750 total or maybe 500 total requirement for the worlds that the Blast Furnace runs on. That way it can combat the bots just a little bit. But I don't know how some people would feel about that. They might complain.
I like that idea of making even just a little total level world, because I remember when they were doing a bot bus stream, a lot of the people they kept teleporting to were to like level 40s at Blast Furnace.
Yeah,
11
exactly.
mil
Yeah.
cash.
Yeah,
11
Yeah,
mil
there's
cash.
tons and tons of BF bots.
I think
Yeah.
that would be nice.
If they put it at 500 total or 750 total, it's not going to keep the level 3 skillers out either.
They were planning on doing that at first, but then decided not to.
Oh,
It should
okay.
they picked out like a total world first.
Well, even if they did pick out a total world, it wouldn't matter if it kept the level 3s out, because the level 3s could still use like a different world. Say they kept one
Yeah, true.
not in a total level world, I don't think that'd be that bad. That would be where it'd be just very laggy. Question number 11, what are your thoughts on the new skilling pets they came out with? The new skills, the rates for these new pets, and the 200 mil XP pet rates that they changed as well.
The new ones, I like them. I like Groot. I think the farm pet looks cool. I think they all look pretty good, except for runecrafting. I don't know. I don't really like the look of runecraft. The moss just looks kind of off to me. The rates for them. I think that the farming one. I know that it's not something you actively do and all that. I still think it's a bit too rare. But then again, it is the coolest skilling pet out there, so I'll accept it. The 200 mil rates, I haven't actually seen those, but I still feel that at 200 mil you should just be able to get it instantly. But I know that's not a very popular opinion, which yeah, although I think very unnecessary, but it's fun, it just keeps people skilling, I guess. Why not?
Yeah, same what Cup said. I think you should be able to claim it at 200 mil. Maybe not as soon as they release, but maybe after like 1 or 2 months. That would be nice update. And overall, I think the skilling pets look really nice. I don't know who made it, but they did a great job at that. And the ratio, obviously, the farming pet is really weird how that works, especially at tight farming. What was it, 2 bill XP or something
Yeah.
on
Well,
average?
not anymore. They changed
Oh,
that
they
ever
changed
since.
it, eh?
Ever since the basically the 200 mil rate is if you're 200 mil XP, you get it 15 times lower of the drop rate. So instead of 2.6 mil, it's like 400 mil.
Yeah, okay, but still
Not bad.
ridiculous.
That's
Oh,
not
yeah,
bad.
that's much better.
Yeah.
For me, I like the new pets. I also didn't notice this until I saw it on Twitter, like recently. A lot of the skilling pets, they're reviving like dead methods for skills, making that the best way to get the pets. Like for thieving, the best way is to do stalls. For agility, that penguin course. For farming, it's to do hops. Like they're just making like all these dead content
Yeah.
type things the best way to get the pet. So you're giving up money, you're giving up XP just to do a slow way to do the skill, but you have the best chance to get the pet. I really do like that. And as for the 200 mil rate, I think 15x is fine, but I also think they should let you buy it for 1 mil if you want to, if you get to 200 mil. So people can't complain that you got it like just for free or easily.
Yeah, I agree with the 1 mil payoff for the pet if you have 200 million skill. And about the pets, I do like how they look. And, well, I'm not that big of a fan of the runecrafting pet, but you can make it pink, which is awesome. And I can't wait to get that. And, yeah, the theming pet is way too common. Like, 20 mil, 40 mil XP, what was it? That's really common, and it should be a lot rarer in my opinion. And I like the farming that being that rare, like 1 year of farming on average for normal people who do 3 runs. And the agility, well, I suppose it's decent. I still think that it was made as squirrel because of mod mass. And what was the 4th pet? That was all 4. Yeah, nothing else to add.
I like the new skilling pets. I think they're all pretty good apart from maybe the runecrafting one. I don't really like the way it looks.
But it's pink!
Do we count the Phoenix as a skilling pet, by the way?
That's a boss
Oh,
pet.
right,
That's
yeah.
PBM.
Oh, okay.
Oh, right.
The rates for them, I think... Yeah, as Lala said, I think the farming one should be a bit rarer. It's
Agreed.
not rare enough, I don't think. I like that the farming one is not essentially viable because magic trees aren't the best way to get it, which is good. And as for the 200 mil rates, I think, yeah, it should be a lot more common at 200 mil, or you should be able to buy it for a certain price, but if they do release new ones in the future, I don't think you should be able to get them straight away, I think, like Flynn said. That would be fair, because if you've trained to 200 mil, you've obviously trained that skill a lot, so the chances are you would have the pet anyway.
Yeah, but if you get it instantly with 200 mil, then you wouldn't have to insure the pet. You just get it back instantly.
Well, yeah, that's true, yeah.
And that's what people were complaining about, like, they shouldn't just get it right away.
Yeah, pay
And
the 1 mil or something like
Oh,
you
was
guys
it that why
mentioned.
people were complaining? Didn't know that.
that's why it's... Oh, sorry.
Yeah, skilling pets, they are pretty nice, but was it Lelalt? I think Lelalt said like the thieving pet is really common. I don't know why they make it so big difference on the skilling pets. Some of them takes like 20 mil XP and some of them takes like 1 year of farming. But that's true, like it does make some other methods of skilling, like I guess it revives them where you can do some other methods so you can get the pet faster. So there's better different methods for getting pet. So I like that. It makes new content good and useful. And about the 200 mil, I didn't even realize that. That's why people were complaining, like, yeah, sir, just pay the 1 mil and you can get it instantly. I think that's fair. If you have 200 mil, you would have gotten the pet already anyway, most likely.
I wish you could get the thieving pet from doing rogues then, minigame.
Yeah.
Oh, true.
Would have been fun.
That would be nice. Question number 12. What are your thoughts on the construction expansion?
Yes, it's pretty nice update. Was quite a big update actually. Yeah, fairy rings, fuck that. And what else? Yeah, I like the altar. That's a really good update.
Let's see. I really like it. I think construction is like a nice milestone skill in Ironman. When you're first making your Ironman and you unlock like 50 construction and you can make altars in your house, or you can make the portal room, or you can add a glory to your wall, a mounted glory, like they're all just like little milestones that just make getting around the game easier, and I kind of like that. Like now you can unlock like all the games, necklace teleports and everything, and glories, and the little jewelry box thing. And as for the altar, I think that's like a really nice quality of life thing for construction, just so like you can always switch to your spell book no matter what, like very quick, but you need to have a decently high construction level even though you can already +8 boost construction.
It was long. long overdue. I think the first time Mod Jonesy pitched the idea was spring 2015, or was it 2014 even? So yeah, it took them a long time to actually implement it. But yeah, I think they did good work with the altar and pairing spirit tree, the pool, which is maybe a bit OP for the level it requires. And I was slightly disappointed that you didn't need level 100 plus to make something, so you'd be forced to boost. For example, make the best pool level 107, so you'd need 99 plus 8 boost, for example. That would be nice content. But overall, yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I think it was really good. There was a lot of good things in there. I think the room mover was long overdue. That was a really, really good update. It's annoying that you know, set up your house and then you have to remove rooms and redo them all because you've, you know, changed your idea of how you want it to be. The ring and the tree, I don't have either of those in my house. I don't know if I will ever put them in there because I just don't see a point of having them in there. The jewelry box is nice. I only really use that when I'm doing Corp though. The benches were nice. They are a fair bit better than doing the teak wardrobes for me. The pools, they're really good, but I think the level was way too low on them. Considering you can 8 boost, I think they should have made the level requirements a lot higher to take into account that you can boost at 8 levels. Especially with the spec one being 65. I think the spec one should have been higher up rather than lower down. But I don't know, people baby rage and cry. So.
Yeah, the update came and with some nice lot of quality of life updates and a lot of actually useful updates. Useful updates a lot for like PVMing, obviously the pool, and the spirit tree and the fairing. A lot of nice updates for PVMing, like especially Golfight Queen made a huge difference for that. Difference for that. So that's nice. And new skilling methods. The teak benches are nice. I made a little bit of those as well. They are a bit nicer to make than the old teak thingies that you would make. And wait, what else? I had something else to do, but I forgot. Yeah, the altar, another really nice quality of life. Quality of nice. What? Yeah. Okay.
Quality of nice.
Yeah. Quality of life update. Good. That's I'm done.
Okay. Yeah, thoughts on the construction expansion, long overdue, as Lala said. I remember talking to Lala about it when they first mentioned it with the scepter and everything. I was really hyped for it, so I'm glad it finally came. The room mover, really nice. It's that it took this long to come out. The altar isn't in the list, but I agree the altar was really nice. My favorite personally has to be a combination of the pool and the ring, because it made KQ a lot less tedious to do, plus you don't need prayer potions at KQ anymore, and you use less food. So that's nice, as from a PVM perspective it's really good. So PVMers like Tyler and Lala must be very happy about this. And yeah, the benches, I was already done with construction by the time, well, I was already maxed by the time it came out, so I don't know about the experience with that. But yeah, all with all, very long overdue, and I'm glad they finally did it.
Alright, I have a small rant about the benches. So, they are nice, in theory, because there's no render time when you remove it, like with wardrobes now. But, the goddamn butler rags you.
That is so annoying.
Yeah, I made like 4 bug reports when I did 1 hour of construction. The butler can go into the hotspot, you can go in the hotspot, and you can build yourself inside the bench.
Yeah, that happened to me, it's annoying.
Yeah, and the butler can get stuck in a room behind a wall if the bench is in the wrong place. What else was there? Oh yeah, the butler can get stuck between 2 benches. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I was so mad when I tried to do construction. I was testing a new method with 2 benches, or building 2, using the 2 hotspots simultaneously. And I couldn't do it because the butler kept dragging me over and over again, so I just rage quit. Rant over.
They finally mentioned the pouch as well, which is again long overdue. Like, so the butler can just take his payment out of there instead of bothering you about it. So I hope that comes in soon, because it's really annoying when you have to like
Yeah,
stop
that
what
would be
you're
good.
doing to pay him.
I think with the altars, the signets that you needed for those, I think they should have maybe put a little bit of a price on those to create a little
Or-
money sink,
or
even
a
if it was only
different way of getting
50k
them.
or something. Yeah,
Oh,
or
yeah.
make it a bit more difficult to get. That would have been nice, but
They also should have made it a bit more clearer that you don't need free magic stones.
I know I bought too many of those.
Or that
So
gold
I-
piece
yeah, I
on
bought
1
three
mil.
extra. Then I sold them to the currency shop.
Didn't Tyler tell us all we need to
No,
buy
no,
3
no,
of
no.
them? Yeah.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, blame Tyler.
Hey, I did. Some people in the clan didn't even talk to me, and they're like, "Guys, I bought 3 by accident. It wasn't just me."
Guys, come on, we're trying to pretend we're high-level Ironman.
Oh yeah. Oh, it just died. No, I'm kidding.
Wait, something more on the pool.
Yeah.
A lot of people have said they should have made it so that Desert Amulet is required for the highest level pool. Well, now it's basically the same. They changed the Desert Amulet teleport now. I mean the altar there, but they should have done something where that diary would have been still useful. Now it's kind of like not really that amazing anymore.
Yeah, exactly, because if you have both, you're still gonna use your house over Desert Army.
Yeah.
You have teleports and everything there.
One thing I do like about the pool, though, is that it doesn't really devalue the really low levels of Iron Men, because for like the unlimited run pool or whatever, you need to have staminas
Yeah.
anyways. So it's not
Yep.
like you can just get the construction level and you're good. You need the herblore level as well, which is kind of a challenge at the start. So I like that they made it like that.
I'm excited for the new portals as well. I don't think those are mentioned in this podcast, but the new portals, I like them. Rend is really good for me since like 4 runes to teleport there, which is annoying when you're on task. So it's nice to have a portal of that.
Alright. Question number 13. The new fairy ring teleports. Do you find this OP, how you can just right click it and go to your last destination? And what will you use it for mostly? As for me, I'll be using it for Zulrah. I think it's nice. It speeds it up so people who missed out on getting 10,000 Zelandra teleports, it doesn't affect them as much because it speeds it up by a few seconds every time you teleport using it to get to Zulrah, because not all of us got 10,000 Zelandra teleports.
Only 9k. 9.5. Something like that.
I have 5.
Yeah, I haven't used a fair ring in ages and don't plan to ever use a fair ring for Zura because I can do like 100k Zura kills with my scrolls. But yeah, as Tyler said, it saves at least like 5, maybe even 6, 7, 8, 10, I don't know, seconds every kill. So it speeds it up quite a bit. So the difference between killing it with scrolls and without is getting smaller and smaller. So for those people who didn't have the foresight to do Zura early on, now can stop complaining, at least not that much.
Yeah, exactly.
It might be a little bit OP, but it's a nice quality of life update as well. I'll probably mostly use it for the Coalfight Queen, and then if I run out of Zulrah scrolls and I'm still doing Zulrah, I'll use it for that as well, I guess. But other than that, I don't think I'll use it too often, because...
I thought you said you weren't gonna put it in your house like 2 minutes.
Oh wait, what are we talking... I thought we were talking about the Fairy Ring configuration update.
We are.
Oh, right, my bad. I thought you were talking
Oh.
about in your POH. How would you use
okay.
it outside of your POH where it's useful? Would you use a quest cave?
Yes.
At that point, why wouldn't you put it in your house?
I guess I could put it in my house, but I just don't know.
You would
where it fit
also
in
you would
at the
also
moment.
have the pool, and you would not have to use prayer pots.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe I'll look into doing that then, because then I don't have to take the quest cave with me.
Some of us don't have a quest cave.
Yeah, pretty much the same. Soul Rides speeds it up, and Coalfight Queen. But I was thinking Mortmire Fungis would have been nice, but then I remember that there's Arceus teleport there as well. But yeah, I can't feel, I don't know any any other place where you use fairing a lot. Oh, the nature runecrafting and maybe cosmic runecrafting is a little bit faster with those now, so maybe I'll do that actually. The Karamza nature runecrafting, because it should be faster with lower agility level and mining level. So I guess that's a nice update for that.
Yeah. Do I think it's OP? No. It's something that I thought should have been implemented ages ago. It's kind of stupid that it wasn't. I use it all the time, KQ. I finally enjoy doing KQ, because no more prayer pots, barely any food, so I guess it is OP after all, but yeah, I love doing it. And I don't really runecraft nats or cosmics ever, since I get more than enough cosmics from Sire, and I just buy nats, so I'm just gonna use it for KQ, and I think it's great.
Very rare.
What?
Skip.
Did you say skip?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh right. Oh, I was like, wait, why does he want to skip it?
Alright. Question number 14. Discuss raid rewards and what Jagex could possibly do to tweak them to make them pass as the armors failed. Will you still do the raids if the armor does not pass?
I don't really know what they could do to the armors, maybe make them slightly better. I think most people wanted to know because they were so weak compared to Bandos and all the level 70 equivalent for them. So maybe tweak them, make them slightly better, I don't know. And also they should tell us how much the repairing costs before polling them again. And will I do raids? Definitely. I'm really hyped about raids and looking forward to them. And I know I will be disappointed because I'm pretty much expecting dungeoneering. And but yeah, even if it's not like dungeoneering, it'll still be fun to do in a group, just like we did the Rogues Den. It was fun trying to figure out the fastest method to do it, and being with friends in TS made it a lot more fun than it would have been doing solo. So that's probably the same with raids, gonna be fun with friends.
I thought the raids armors were fine as they were, to be honest. I didn't think that they were OP. As long as the cost to repair them was high enough, I thought that would be alright, but even if the armors don't come, I will still do raids. I think it'll still be enjoyable content, and I'm still going to go do it regardless of what the rewards are, but I think it does need to have good rewards to make it worth it for people that otherwise won't do it. I didn't understand why people voted no to the armors, but they voted yes to the prayers, which were a lot more OP than the armor is ever going to be.
Yeah, raids. They're gonna be nice for a while at least, but if the rewards are gonna be like lame, and once you unlock them, you don't have to do raids probably. But if it's enjoyable, it's of course it's nice and stuff like that. It's gonna be a nice group content, and Ironman, even Ironman can do that. So that's good. I actually don't know anything about the armor. I completely skipped the whole thing about the armor. I skipped the question and everything. I don't know the stats of it or anything, so I have no opinion about the armor. But overall, raids, I'm kind of expecting exactly like dungeoneering as well. And even though I have bad memories about dungeoneering because I soloed most of it pre-OC, but if it's like a dungeoneering, it's gonna be nice. I'm kind of looking forward to it.
Raids rewards. Well, first of all, I'm really looking forward to raids, because even though I'm an Ironman, I still like doing things with like friends on TeamSpeak and all that, like the Rogues minigame we did. It was really fun. As far as the armors go, I think it's very stupid that it didn't go through, and it's just because of sheeple. One person says it's overpowered, you have like 10 people who just say, yeah, it's overpowered, even though probably none of them know the actual stats. The prayers, as Jamie said, were more overpowered than the armor. If you want to know how much more overpowered, just go to Merrick's Twitter feed. He had like a Suomi rant about it. But yeah, I think that if they want the armor to go through, all they have to do is post the repair prices. Because the way I see this armor is that it's so expensive that you're not going to use it anywhere other than bossing. I've talked to people and a lot of them think it's still going to be viable for like Slayer and all that, but I highly doubt that's the case. And if that falls away, like if it's only useful for bossing, then I think it's going to come through, because It's really not that overpowered. And yeah, we do need something like that, otherwise what's the point in doing raids?
Yeah, I was thinking as well. I think the armor is going to be so expensive, nobody's gonna use it. Even mains with alts, maybe. I don't know. Maybe they will use it, but I'm sure it's not efficient to get for Ironman. It will be fun to do though, right?
I think if they wanted to make some of the armor pass, they need to explain, like what you guys said, how they need to explain the pricing of it, because they said it's going to cost so much to where it's not going to be useful anywhere except PVM. Like, that could mean a lot. Like, they could be underestimating people like always and be like, oh, it's going to be like 500k. You wouldn't use that for Slayer. That's a waste. Or they could make it like 20 mil to repair. Like, they need to say the price. I know a lot of people voted no because of that. And I've even heard some people vote no because they said it wasn't strong enough. They wanted it to be stronger if they're paying a lot of money for it. And that's for the tweaks I would make for it. And as for raids itself, yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm hoping that they introduce things like C2 fishing, or just not hoping, I'm really expecting, because they said it's going to be skiller friendly as well, so people can skill in there and help your team out. So I'm expecting things like C2 fishing, which was a better way to fish back in the day. You'd go in C2 dungeon floors and fish cave moray and stuff. Same with wood cutting grave creeper, or whatever it's called. Gravekeeper, I think it was, branches. And you would just go through floors, or we would go through raids and just get a bunch of fishing and wood cutting. Possibly something like that will be added. I will do it. It will be enjoyable. Most likely, if it's what I think it might be like.
Yeah, so it all comes down to the repair prices as a big thing. Yes.
That's what I think. Number 15, what is your guess for the optimal party size of a raid when the maximum party size is 100?
I think it's going to be between 4 and 6. I don't see having like a ton of people is going to be a lot better. I think it'll be better with a lower count of people, but I don't know. It depends on how hard some of the bosses are. From what I heard, though, they do scale with how big your party is, so I don't know. I think maybe having a smaller party would be better. You make a bit more profit then, maybe.
Yeah, like not dungeoneering, the max was 5. That's where I come from as well. Like around 5 seems about right. Like having more than that, it's hard to communicate as well. If you want to like TeamSpeak, like I would imagine having 50 people in the same TeamSpeak doing the same thing. Yeah, 5 seems about right.
Yeah, I think it also depends on your skills and everything and how difficult it would be. I think below 10, if you have like all the high level people, would be ideal. Maybe more if you don't have like the highest level players. But yeah, it's probably going to be very low. I don't expect it to be like huge, since I don't think that really fits a game as RS either. That's more for something like World of Warcraft, so yeah, below 10 seems about right.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's gonna be about the same as Dungeoneering, because that was really fun to do back in the day. So yeah, maybe 3 to 5 people to be most efficient, but I can't see it being 10 people maybe. But that would be quite hard to coordinate and be doing a raid.
I feel like it has a possibility of being like 10 people will be the best way to do it. Just because they are saying how they want to make it bigger than dungeoneering. Like, they want these things to last like an hour, I think they said. And like, dungeons were like 10 to 15 minutes, like, for like the average people. And they said they want them to last like an hour, so you'll probably need a bit bigger of a team, but that's... They always underestimate, so that's not saying much.
Oops is gonna solo it with being scared.
What else?
Well, yeah,
I'm going to kill him again.
If Chegex says 1 hour, it's 20 minutes max.
Yeah. They really need better QA testers and everything, because they really underestimate the community a lot.
Yeah. And for the party size, I'm guessing roughly half a dozen, so 6, maybe 7.
Alright. Question number 16. Thoughts on what will be required during raids. An example is if we'll need elemental spells or something like lunar supporting spells.
Yeah, lunar supporting spells sounds amazing. Finally, those spells can be useful. Again, like cure other or heal other or spec to give special attack for someone. For example, they might have like a team and one guy is only allowed to join or go to the boss room and people can heal him and people can give him special attack or stuff like that. Sounds amazing. Vengeance other maybe, new spell confirmed. But yeah, if they make it like lunar spells really good, that would be awesome. A really good like way to make teamwork work there. But then I'm thinking about Ironman there, and they couldn't do that, so rip. But yeah, that sounds good. For example, lunars. But I don't know any other spells or any requirements. Like maybe you could heal people with your own food. I don't know.
Yeah, I think something that we're probably definitely gonna need is the Arceus or Arceus, I don't know how you pronounce the spellbook. I've already seen like some pictures here, like sarcophagi and stuff, so I wouldn't be surprised if you need to like revive something. But yeah, I don't know, because obviously as Ironman, normally we can't use the lunar spells, like heal other and all that. But I think they said Ironman wouldn't have any special restrictions, so I don't know if that's not gonna be restricted in the raids for Ironman. But I don't think we need anything special. Honestly, I don't think we should overthink it. It's probably gonna be something pretty simple that takes like one day to figure out, and then people already know the best methods for everything.
I think as well that having lunar spells and using like the cure other or heal other would be a cool way in what you were just saying, where if you needed the other spell books, it'd be cool if you needed multiple people with different spell books, like half the team have lunars, half the team have be a necromancy spell book or whatever.
Yeah, I think the normal Ironman restrictions will be in effect there. Like, you can trade normal items to Ironman, but you can trade items you receive in the raid to Ironman. So I'm guessing the aid thing will still be off, so we can't use heal other or spec transfer or whatever Luna spells there are like that. Unless it's for some reason
Maybe they'll just work around it to make it like using food on an Ironman instead of
yeah,
trading.
yeah, could be like we do with quests,
With quests,
that
yeah,
need
exactly.
partners, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that could work. But and elemental spells or no spot spells, I'm guessing not, and as Cub said, you probably need at least one person in the team to be in the necromancy spellbook. And maybe someone needs to be on lunar and someone in ancients and someone in regular. I don't know, that would be interesting. And yeah, I'm hoping for some neat puzzles that require teamwork there or timing, so being in TS with friends would be beneficial.
I don't know if lunar spells or elemental spells will really play a part. It would be nice if they did. That would be so, you know, it'd be nice to have a bit of coordination for people. You have someone on Luna doing the heals or vengeances or whatever it is. But I don't know if Jagex are capable of that. But I'm hoping that Ancient Magics with Blood Barrage maybe would be useful in there too. That would be nice to take in. But currently...
Oh, sorry. Go on.
Currently I'm gonna probably try and get my Armadil Crossbow. I think I'll be using that in there quite a bit.
Over the blowpipe, do you think?
Yeah, because I have the Ellie, I will go with the crossbow for sure.
Just have to mention he has a...
Oh yeah, Ellie. You'll definitely be in our team.
Yes, I forgot to go staking. Alright,
Wow.
No,
Question-
one thing I want to add. How probable do you think that it's we can transfer stuff from normal accounts to Ironman, just like with the dual arena?
Depends on
With
who's
raids,
going to be
I
the QA tester.
well, it really depends because do you remember like a month before, or 2 months before when they brought Last Man Standing, they let Ironmen be able to stake in there as well, and they're like, alright guys, we'll pay attention to the Ironman staking updates to not let that happen again. And then like staking actually comes out, and then they can stake again, and that's like a really obvious type of one. where it's just like, hey, I'm not even really doing anything to bug abuse. I'm just going up and staking them.
Yeah, I don't know how they overlooked that. That's just really poor testing.
It really is. They
You
need
can be
someone
sure
better.
they're overlook something similar with the raids, and we'll see tons of people with the new raids armor without actually getting them
Yeah,
themselves.
exactly. It's sad as well, because, I don't know, it seems like one of the first things you test. Like, oh, does this, like, ruin it for Ironman? Who is the QA tester? Because I know John C isn't it anymore. Is it just Mod Rock? Do you guys know?
I don't know, the new guy I think is
Mod Reach.
a QA tester.
Reach? Yeah, but like, that
Alright, question number 17. With the new jug packs, will you use all your grapes from Zulrah? Do you think it's worth using them over just cooking all your shark?
I will use them, because cooking XP, why not? Not that I have that many, as compared to some of the other people in here. But, will I use them worth it over sharks? I don't know, I feel like why not just do both? You use sharks for PVMing and then just do the grapes for XP later. I don't see why you would have to use one over the other. I guess if you're just worried about efficiency, I don't know, I think grapes might be better. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm definitely gonna do it, just not now. Like a nice little update.
I hope my mic's better now. For the jugs, I don't know, I'm probably gonna use the grapes because I'm not gonna do any silver anymore, so any cooking XP is good for me, I guess.
I think I'll use all my grapes now as well. Before, when the meta was, hey guys, go kill 130,000 Zulras, you would bank like 400 mil cooking or just something insane. And if you run out of cooking XP, that means you won't be getting any more like cooked sharks unless you're just cooking them at 0 XP per hour. So it really depends on how much sharks are you going to use over the long periods of time. But now with less and less Zulrah, cooking's going to become more difficult, so I think it's now more worth to use your grapes than before.
Yeah, previously, when we had to kill 130k Zura, there was no jug pack, so that was the reason you didn't do wines, in my opinion, because now with the jug packs it's roughly 410k XP an hour, I think, for Ironman to use grapes. So that's better than doing sharks. So even if we had to kill 130k, I'd still do some grapes over sharks. But if you PVM a lot, then maybe you would cook more sharks than do wines. I don't know, depends how many sharks you need. But yeah, personally I'll definitely use all my 168k grapes.
Wow.
The arena's been kind to you.
I know, right?
You get cooking XP from it, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Out of all the skills.
Did Jammy answer something?
Sorry. I was typing in the chat. Yeah, I like the jug packs idea. I think that's really good. I will definitely use all my grapes. I don't have too many. I think I only have about 27k. But I'll use them just to get the XP, because I like making the ones where you save up the big XP drop and then you get, your massive XP drop for how many of you've made. Do I think it's worth it over sharks? I don't know, I do a lot of PBM, so any sharks I get I would always cook, so it's a bit different for me, but I think it's nice for the newer Ironmen as well, because they can maybe save their sharks until 94 now, so that way they're not going to burn any as well. They can just make up whatever cooking XP with grapes and such.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same exact, like, I can now train some faster cooking, so I burn less sharks. But yeah, if I still had all my grapes, I don't know how many I had, I would definitely use it just for pure cooking XP and pure total XP. I guess it's nice, but of course the wines are useless, so if you don't need the XP you don't have to do them, they are not useful anywhere, I don't think. But cooking XP, total XP, nice.
How many sharks would you need, like, if you wanted to go for all PVM drops? How much would be enough for you, Cobb?
It
Jamie,
depends
who
on
do?
it depends on how lucky you get at Corp, honestly. If
Yeah,
you
exactly.
go to the drop rate for an alley, you're gonna need a lot of sharks. Just for that, not counting
Well, I mean, you could
the
always
other
go,
ones.
How many would that
always
be?
go full lake and just stick to Karambans only for...
Well, the
Not
Karambans,
sure that's very smart.
they're better. They're more kills per hour, like time-wise. But I would not say it's enjoyable to
Yeah,
buy that many Karambans.
True. Yeah, I think Corp really is the big factor in that. If you get lucky, like someone here, then you don't need that many. Which I don't know, like if I would give you a number, it would be very rough. I don't know.
Yeah, it honestly, it's all gonna come down to RNG on Corp.
Use like what, at this point, I use about 16 sharks per Corp kill. So yeah, if you need to do 1k Corp kills, isn't even that bad, that's 16k sharks right there. Then there's KQ, which eats sharks, and there's so many things that eat your sharks.
Yeah, as Cod just said, if you use 16 per kill, that's gonna be what, that's 64k sharks or something, if you go to the drop rate for an Elysian.
I have
Yes.
70k sharks. I'll be fine.
Good luck.
Lila's getting an Ellie, guys.
Confirmed. Just I'll wait for raids and yeah, I'll magically get one.
Alright, question number 18. What is everyone's kingdom on, and do you see yourself changing this with the near updates in the future?
My kingdom is on 10 herbs and 5 teaks. I don't think I will change that. Yeah, maybe if herblore gets way faster with a herblore minigame or something, but for the next year, probably not.
Oh, sorry. I was reading something. Alright, my kingdom is on 5 mahoganies, 10 herb, and for now, I was debating between maples and mahoganies, but I ended up going with mahogany since if we do fire making from Wintertodt, Zora will supply the fletching, so it's not as needed for arrow shafts anymore. I might switch to 10 mahoganies in the future if herb gets hit any harder. If they, for example, make a skilling boss for herblore, because they've talked about making the herblore outfit that gives 2.5%. And if they do that, what if they introduce it with a herblore skilling boss? You never know.
Yeah, 10 herbs always. I've been switching from 5 maples to 5 mahogany and back at least 5-6 times now. Currently it's 5 maples, so I have something to fletch when I AFK or and make beads. But yeah, I might switch it back to mahogany. But if Zura gets devalued, back to this topic as usual. I don't know what we'd do for fletching. Broad arrows would be nice, but they're pretty expensive, so might not have money for them in the future. Also, you get U-logs from mole, but that's not too many, so in the future might be possible you'd have to get maple from Kingdom just to do fletching.
My kingdom's on 10 herb, 5 maple at the moment, I think. Before I maxed, it was on 10 herb, 5 mahogany though. Do I see this changing in the future? Maybe if we see something that further devalues herb, maybe, but find hard to say at this point what would be the best to have in the future, I guess.
I have 10 herbs on both accounts, and on low level Ironman I have maple, on higher level I have mahoganies, and I don't really know all the methods. I'm pretty far behind on the Ironman methods. I don't know why you would change it or not. I don't know at what point I should even change it to mahogany on my low level. But I will always obviously keep the 10 herb low. But maple, mahogany, I guess I'll switch when I feel like I should switch it.
I also have it on 10 herb, and I have it on 5 maple now. I changed it for mahogany post-mat because I don't really want any more mahoganies, and I'll still get quite a few from my Callisto Cub hunt. So yeah, I don't know. I have it on maples now just so I can AFK flash like Lala said, AFK escape, and 10 herbs of course, because why wouldn't you want free herbs?
Alright, question number 19. What is your most enjoyable Ironman grind for each of you? Or each of us, that is. For me, I would say anything to do with collecting. I love the part of Ironman where you just collect and store up items in your bank, like the crafting grind, for example. You just look in your bank and you see like 40,000 buckets of sand from your daily buckets, and then you see like a ton of soda ash and seaweed, or just like herb. You look in there and see all these seeds that I don't see, but you see all the herbs, and just anything to do with collecting is my favorite type of Ironman grind, just because it looks so nice seeing everything stacked up, and then it's so sad using them all because they all go away.
I don't know if it's strictly in this category, but farming in general. Trees for XP, I'm currently almost 46 mil and love doing farming. And herb runs, as Tyler said, getting stacks of herbs in your bank, it's amazing. And yeah, farming for life.
Most enjoyable grind for me would have been Corp. It wasn't really a grind, considering how lucky I got with it. But it was definitely a lot of fun. I did 550 kills before they bring out the pool, so it was substantially slower before then and a bit more tedious with the Nightmare Zone method, but I can't really call it a grind, but no, that was definitely the most fun for me, and I'm going to do a lot more Corp in the future. It's just not a priority right now.
Any place where you get herbs is just stacking up herbs is very satisfying. And I just recently grinded. I just gathered 85 crafting supplies, and yeah, buying the seaweed sodas and kind of buckets, especially now that they changed charter boats. It's a lot nicer to buy them right now, and there was a lot of empty worlds out there, so it was really nice to see them stack up. One
Nice
of my
try.
favorites.
We all know you transferred the supplies.
Alright. As far as I'm concerned, I think most people know I really love Slayer, but I think my favorite grind must have been 85 crafting. I did it way back at the start, before you had like the login limitations and everything. I was one of the first to get it, and the best part about it was when everyone started calling me cheater because of Iron DVS, because he told people I cheated, even though I didn't. But yeah, I think that was really fun because it's like a pretty major milestone in an Ironman. So when I got that Fury, I was really happy. So that must have been my favorite one.
Yeah, for me at the start it was going for the whip. That was the most enjoyable thing, I think. Once you get that whip, it's so nice feeling.
Alright, speaking of drops, what is your longest dry streak of an item? That's question number 20.
I have no idea. I have few where I went unlucky, but nothing horrible. I don't know. Zamorak. Oh yeah, JamiBear 412. That was pretty bad.
Almost as bad as
yeah,
Aloe's
maybe
Hill.
that was
Kappa.
yeah, or 426, whatever it was. Yeah, that was okay. Thanks, Haugi. Saved me. Definitely the JamiBear. God damn, that was horrible.
My longest dry streak. Statistically, probably when I was trying to get a Brine Saber or a Black Mask, they took me about 1,600 kills each, but they're both very fast to kill, so it wasn't too bad. But I think it took me about 1,400 or 1,500 barrows just to get a Darrock's Plate Body. That's probably the longest one I've been on so far, time-wise. But I do still have some drops that I need to get that I am over the drop rate for that could take me a lot longer, like the Armadillo Crossbow and the Vizzy, and I want to get a Fury Kit, and I'm at 215 elites and I don't have one, so I guess that's a dry streak, I suppose, but it's not really a useful item either, so it doesn't really matter too much.
Dryness, well, on my other Ironman, I was hunting for the wizards. I did 12,000 wyverns. That was a bit painful, but it's, I guess, not that rare. I mean, unlucky. Was it one in 10,000? So yeah, it's not that bad. I never got it, but I can't think of any other really bad places that I have been dry on. I can't think of any. One of that I can remember that was really annoying was my first whip that took me 1.2k Abyssal Demons. It was very painful because I obviously had to boost for it as well. But yeah, I don't have any two bad try streaks that I can think of right now.
As for me, Syrup Helm took me 1,925 kills, so that was pretty bad. Dragon Warhammer 10.5k kills. Kraken Pet 5.6k kills. I think those were my worst. Out of those, I think the one I hated the most was the Kraken Pet because it's such a useless thing to do, and it's a pretty useless item. At least with shamans, you make like 40 million elks, and Zora, obviously you're gonna have to do Zora anyway. So yeah, I guess Kraken Pet would be the worst, in my opinion.
Yeah, I've done 900 sire kills, and I've only gotten 3 unsired, and on one of them I was 500 kills dry, and I still don't have a bludgeon, so shit.
Dang. My dry streaks, I have 2. The first one and the one I hated the most out of everything was getting the dragon pick. I was just like, oh, so many people get it at like 60, 70, that's not gonna be bad. Oh, this guy just got it on 30, oh, not bad. Oh man, Osiris got it on 381, let's hope I don't go that dry. I don't think I will. Took me 630, even though I know naturally me is over 700 plus kills, like 630, I hated that. I spent like a full week there. It wasn't even worth getting either, I just wanted it. And then my other one is the Tome of Fire. I didn't care that I went dry in it because I'm going to be here killing Wintertodt for a while. But I was like 1.8k for my first one, and I'm still only at 2 and 3,000 kills. And question number 21. Thoughts on Ironman trading bug at the duel arena?
Really, really poor. Jax's behalf. I don't see how you overlook something that should be one of the first things that you check. But the people that did it, I think they should name and shame them and then de-iron them. Maybe give them a few days, maybe a week temp ban, because at the end of the day they still did bug abuse because that wasn't something that was intentional. Will they take action against the people? Probably not. They said that they will, but I don't know. Unless they show us that they did, then I'm pretty sure that they're not going to do anything about it.
Yeah, I can agree to that. It was, like you said, it was really poor on QA testing, like, at least for us Ironman, that's the first things to come up to my mind when talking about duel arena updates. Just make sure you can trade there. But yeah, it was pretty nice. Yeah, easy 85 crafting. Yeah. What next?
I went on a little bit of a rant about it on Twitter already. I think it's really sad. I've complained about the QA testers before, and I'm gonna do it again. It's really sad that they overlook something so big, and they keep saying that they're gonna take care of everyone who did it, but Fraser in the chat knows quite a few people by name who still are Ironman who've done it, so that's a bit sad. Plus the timing was really awkward. It just happened on the same day that I got an Ellie and Max Mage. Now people don't believe I got it. So that's a bit of a shame. But yeah, pretty stupid that something like that can happen.
Yeah, on Jagex part's really dumb of them. Yeah, I guess Lelalt's no longer perm rank 1. We have a nice situation for that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think many people abused it. It was only for like 20 minutes or so.
6 hours.
Maybe an hour. 6 hours?
6 hours, but it wasn't that
What?
known for most people.
It was known for about
okay.
4.
4
That's
hours.
when the
Okay,
video
that's really
went
bad,
already.
actually.
But Hauki knew about it the moment it came. Because he
How we
tweeted
found out.
Yeah, he tweeted the
Really?
moment the update came, or shortly after he tweeted, "Oh, 85 crafting tank."
Yeah, it was so bad timing. Or was it?
Alright, so I think it's silly that even came in, just like I said earlier, that they said like a month before or whatever with Last Man Standing that they would make sure they wouldn't make Ironman trade again. They would be more careful about that stuff, and what do you know, next thing you know, Ironman are staking. I first saw that, and the CC Cub was like, oh hey guys, apparently Ironmen can stake, and I went on Reddit, looked at the video, and I was just like, oh, that's what it looks like when an Ironman they de-iron, they keep their symbol until they log out, but they can trade in game, but they're not actually an Ironman, they just have the symbol still. And I was like, oh, that's not real. And then someone else made a video doing it again, but they were hopping worlds this time, and they would do it. So then, and then 15 minutes later, that's about the time it got hotfixed. People were posting hotfixed on it. But I think it's unfair because that they don't de-iron some people. I don't think people deserve bans. I just think de-iron, there was the one guy on Twitter, that Cabbage guy, who transferred Max Mage to himself. I don't know if that's real or not, because, you could easily Photoshop it, yeah, but if it's not fake, they need to de-iron people. I mean, they de-ironed Lela when he transferred all the herb stuff, but then they re-ironed him after talking to them. He said he wouldn't do it again, but he got to keep all the stuff. Think that's unfair.
Yeah, Lela 150 mil herb XP door. And BGS. Don't forget the BGS. Yeah, pretty much what you guys said. Don't really have much to add. Was stupid for Jagex to overlook that, sorry. It was so obvious to first thing you should test when making some dual arena changes is to check if Ironman can stake. And apparently not to them. And yeah, I don't know if they will do anything about the people who abused it. Hopefully, but it's Jagex we're talking about, so we'll see. And yeah, re-ironed.
Alright. Question number 22. What do you guys think of the Deadman mode finale results?
I haven't even seen the video yet. I haven't watched it yet, but I do know Wook's one story. And yeah, it's kind of stupid of them. I think Wook definitely should have won, but like they said, I'm assuming you guys know what we are talking about. You should know it. Like they said that he didn't win because he wasn't parasite, or he wasn't dealing with PvP thingies. I don't know the word for that, but I'm definitely not. God damn it. Yeah, because he wasn't even bug abusing or anything. He was legit just out healing the damage from the fog. I don't see any reason why that wouldn't be allowed. That's legit just just eating, and that's it. That's his method of trying to win the game, and I think that should be allowed. It's kind of dumb because I think the last Deadman mode tournament, the guy who won he was legit just looting prayer potions and food from the floor as well, and using redemption prayer to stay up. So yeah, that was pretty much the same story for now as well. He just used some other methods to stay up alive, but this time he didn't win. I don't know, it's kind of dumb.
Yeah, I agree. Wook should have won, because I know that they did an update. For the people that don't know, they made it so you couldn't unload food using banks and stuff, but this NPC was like an oversight, so it shouldn't have been in the game, but it was, and I don't think it's fair to punish Wook for an oversight by Jagex. He outsmarted them, he should have won, and I don't like their explanation for it. They say that the reason they didn't give it to him is because it wasn't in the spirit of Deadman mode, so it shouldn't be allowed. But then with other things like bossing on Ironman, like using a tank, that's not in the spirit of Ironman, but why is that allowed? I don't think they're consistent with their ruling and stuff like that, so I think Wook should have won, and I don't know, now I feel bad for Ash because he's gonna pay out of his own pocket, which I think Wook should have said no to that, but yeah, I don't know, Wook should have won, and it's just another time Jackass shows just how amateuristic they really are, because they just have so many oversights, they don't test things properly, there's bugs everywhere, and it's just...
Yeah, for me, first things to come up to my mind if I'm trying to win the game without doing any PvP is just eating the poison or the fog. But I guess he outsmarted them because you couldn't unload items from bank, and he used other method, but yeah. Let's continue.
Yeah, which definitely should have won. Yeah, I think I still find it weird how Ash is paying for him, because 10k is a lot for someone who, I don't know how much he makes, maybe 40, 50k a year. He has to work like 2.5 months for that, so I think it's insane it's going to pay that for him.
I still don't think he's gonna pay 10,000. I think he's gonna give him some money. I doubt it'll be 10,000.
Yeah, if you look at Wooks's Twitter, he says
That he will pay him out of his own pocket. He didn't name a price, unless he tweeted again and I missed that.
I don't know, Wook said something about that he will get 10k, from what I've seen, but I'm not sure.
Someone gave him 10k in game.
About the results, I see why they said Whoops didn't win, because they want their rules to be sticking to PvP, but that I don't think that's that fair that they classified that like after it, because the first winner, he just tick ate at a bank and was tick eating there. The second winner was just looting perpods like Hauki said, and not even fighting, just
And using an alt.
yeah, and just like looting and living that way. And then this time, like, he outsmarted them. He didn't do anything wrong. He just was unnoting at an NPC, and when they were moved, unnoting at a bank, and he outsmarted them, which isn't that fair to disqualify him for that when he didn't break any of the rules, and just because he won in a way that they didn't want to isn't very fair to disqualify him for that. But I am excited to see Rot's video of it and see how Rot did, since they, quote, won. I also do think they should have split the money or something, instead of having Ash pay out of his own pocket, just because there was that whole thing where they think Wooks lost because he didn't participate in PvP, even though that wasn't a clear rule.
There was barely any PvP for the last 500 people anyways. It was just eating and using redemption for
Yeah,
them,
I
so-
also, okay,
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm gonna go again really quick. I think to fix it, they should just teleport everyone into, like, the underground pass place, to just take out all the NPCs there, just teleport everyone there, and, like, or a smaller room, and then have it be, like, starting in 30 seconds. So, like, you can get with your clan, you'll just randomly be teleported in there, and you'll get with your clan and go to your corner or whatever, and then there's not really much need of fog to push people closer. I mean, you can, but, like, it was really disappointing that
Sure,
fog
sure.
took over the entire place, and it...
Like-
What?
I think that I don't think they should do that at the start. I think if there's like 100 left, then teleport everyone away, because as you said, at the end you didn't even know what was going on. Everyone was just trying to survive the fog, and it takes away. It's not even a PvP contest, it's a eating contest.
Yeah. I did like, though, the fighting this year. I think the fighting did a lot better, how the fog was slower to take over the whole screen, but the fighting was a lot more epic this year, when the fog wasn't
location.
there.
The location was better as well, in my opinion. I like that they did it at the Greater Demons, or GDZ, as people just call it, where all those clan fights used to be held. So, it's better, but it's still not good enough. I feel like they should really... I feel like it's something they're like, oh no, we have the tournament tomorrow, let's quickly fix this. Kind of like a last moment fix they make, and then they oversee things, like with Wooks.
It's typical Jagex to make new rules when it suits them as they go.
Yeah.
And I don't see the difference between out eating the fog or using redemption, or whatever it's called, prayer. I think it's redemption. Yeah, redemption. So yeah, books should definitely have one. And one more thing, I really don't understand why Jagex feels the need to make RuneScape into an esport. I don't see any need for that. Like, it's not suitable for esports, in my opinion. It's
Right.
not that kind of a game.
Yeah, not only because it's RNG, but it's also like you saw the final fight, it's impossible to know what's going on, whereas with something like League or Counter-Strike, you can kind of like switch between people and see all the fights. And with this, all you saw was Chinchompas flying. So, I agree, shouldn't be an esport.
Wook's definitely won. I don't think there's any question about that. I don't see how that they disqualify him and bring in a new rule after it's happened, saying that you have to be involved in PvP. If that's going to be a rule, that should be stated before the season even starts, in my opinion. But I don't think it was fair that he got disqualified. I think if anything, they should have split the 10k between the two players, rather than giving one 10k and then Odd Ash is paying weeks out of his own pocket. I thought he won fairly. He didn't bug abuse anything. He thought of a method that other people had overlooked. Everyone had the ability to do that method. They just overlooked it and didn't do it. To add to that, he, I think, was tanking the fog for over 30 minutes, whereas most people that were even in the final didn't even back a player until like the last 2 minutes. And then even then it was mostly just people using the heart prayer or eating what food that they had, which, yeah, that's just them out healing the fog. That's not really being involved in PvP anyway, so I don't know. I think he should have won it, and then if they want to have that rule, have that for the next season, that you have to be involved in PvP or you have to be in the final area, other than just bringing it in after someone's won like that. I think that's a bit unfair considering how the first two people did win it. It was, you know, I thought Wooks won it more than those two did, but they were still awarded the prize money, so...
Question number 23. Will you be participating in the next seasonal Deadman mode due to no trading?
Wait, what? I'm sorry. Will you be no. I don't enjoy PKing. PKing, even though my Twitch is solid PvP, it's something I gave up a while ago. And I don't know. I think even though you can trade, there's still gonna be clanman mode, and I'm pretty sure if you skull on someone and they kill you, they still get your stuff, so people like streamers are still gonna get donations. Clans can still like have people trade stuff over to them that way. So no, I'm not gonna do it. Plus, one of the only reasons why you should do Deadman, in my opinion, is for the first few days, and then transfer money to 07 and make like bank for bonds. That's why most people did it in this clan, I think. But yeah, I'm not gonna do it. Seems like a waste of time.
Yeah, I'm terrible at PvP. I can't even get a quest cape, so I'm not going to do it. It's like, I was thinking about it, but nah, it takes way too much time, because you need to play like 18 hours a day, and with school that's just not possible. So I'm not going to play it.
I tried this one out for like a good 20 minutes, and then one of my friends killed me, and I was like, can't be bothered. And then I just logged out.
No nightmare zone.
And then I don't really like the no trading for Deadman. I know it kind of hurts clanman mode, but I only enjoy Deadman mode just to like, I really like fishing, and then just like getting all the fish, cooking it, and then just like giving some to friends, like, hey, do you want 50 lobsters or 50 swordfish? Just come here, free food. Like, didn't really compete or ever PK in them.
Luring people.
I have no plans to play this season. The only time I played Deadman was the very first season, and then I played the tournament just to get first 99 thieving.
Don't give your money to DVS.
Yeah, well, I shared it with several people, I think. And yeah, the first season I played it for 2 weeks. I was just skilling, questing, and running away from PKs. And in the end, someone killed me for my whole bank, and I just never went back.
I won't be playing it. I played the first one, and that was enjoyable because a lot of people, they didn't really understand how to play it properly, I guess, with like the deposit boxes and things like that. Now most people know all the escape routes and how to deposit box properly and all that kind of stuff. It's a totally different game. With the no trading, I don't think that that's the right way to go about changing Deadman mode. I think you need trading in there because people that play it just to swap money to their 07 accounts, that brings more people to Deadman servers. And then the PKs can obviously, you know, kill those kind of people that are fishing like Tyler or might be wood cutting and stuff like that. As well as the people that do trade from 07 over to Deadman. There's them people, you know, they pay to get their advantages and stuff, which I think is fine. If they want to spend their money, then, I mean, it's their money. Everyone can do that if you've got your own money to spend, so I don't see a problem with that. But I don't know. I don't think removing the trading from it's going to fix anything or help anything. I think it's just going to make less people play it.
Yeah, Deadman mode, I have played like 1 hour of it in total, and I don't really like at all. And no trading doesn't affect. I'm still not gonna play it. And I don't know much about Deadman mode either. I don't really watch the streams or anything, so I don't know how it actually affects the game. No trading. Yeah, I don't really have an
The
opinion.
amount of players. It's not working.
Yeah.
Look at the amount of players already. It's day 2 or something, or 3. Yeah, I think Deadman is a lost cause anyways. I think if they really want to go for an esport, they should expand Last Man Standing. I think that has more potential. Deadman is dead.
Alright, question number 24.
What?
Can Flynn and Jammy get on Twitter already?
What do you think of this question?
Can you get a Twitter already, Flynn?
No.
I
Why
honestly
not?
wouldn't use it. The
Yeah,
only thing
why
I would
not?
do
What's
is
the...
post drops or something, I guess, and I don't think anyone would give that.
People would care, trust me. People would follow. Plus you can just interact
Hackers
with people.
care.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
that's the thing. Hackers would care, yeah. Because I
mean,
remember I
if-
did have a Twitter once named JamiBear, and some phishing Twitter followed me named like mod whatever it was. I was just like,
Yeah, but they do that to everyone. Unless you're an idiot, you're not gonna fall for that.
yeah, well that's
Plus,
it, yeah.
if you just use a different email, password, everything, I don't see how Twitter would help them.
That's true. I just don't know how often I would actually things, I suppose. Maybe if I started live streaming or something, I would put live stream things on there, but I don't see myself live streaming without Australian worlds and how bad my internet is anyway.
You have anything else to say, Flynn?
No.
Alright. Question number 25.
Wait,
Oh.
Twitter. I made Twitter just because of live streaming as well, because people were smoking. And it was actually pretty nice to have Twitter, because while I was at army I had something, I was kind of, I knew what stuff happened, because if I didn't have Twitter I would have otherwise I would have not known anything about the game and any new updates or anything what happened. So it was nice to see like the game updates there and what other people have been working on and stuff like that. So it was really nice to have during army and stuff like that. Would recommend.
Nice way to stay connecting. Plus you get to see like all the important things in RS without having to go through Reddit with all their memes. I don't know why you wouldn't have Twitter. To each his own.
Question number 25. Are you guys considering using XP lamps on different skills other than Herblore after all the updates that will devalue it? I have been, though the only way I'll really actually switch it on Herblore is if they make like a Herblore boss that gives direct XP, or they just devalue it very fast. Like even if Herb becomes like, right now it's like 25k an hour if you're purely going for it. Even if they make it like 70k, I'll still be using it on it, just because like the only other one I would really use it on would either be runecrafting or Slayer, and I don't mind those two compared to like Herblore is just slow to bank over time. So unless they devalue it a lot, then I'll probably switch it to Slayer for now, for more bonus XP.
I considered switching it to Slayer, but I still think it's better to use lamps and books on Herblore. It's still the slowest skill on Ironman, so yeah, for the foreseeable future I'll stick to Herblore.
I've just been using mine on Herblore. I don't see that that'll change either. I don't think there's any other skill that I would bother using it on. Slayer's quite slow as well, but the way I do Slayer is already incredibly slow anyway, because I just do the boss tasks and such, so my XP rates per hour aren't good anyway.
I have always used them on hit points because that's important. I'm just kidding. Herblore, of
Unterm
course. I don't think
HPK.
it will. I don't think it will change. Herblore is always hard.
Well, I don't really care about post 99. Don't have any goals post 99 except for Slayer, so I just use all my lamps on Slayer since that's the only one where I care about XP. If we're talking about the new account, I'd still use them on Herblore just because the everything Herblore will always be a tedious process. But yeah, for me, I just use them on Slayer now. Don't really care. Plenty of Herblore XP banked anyways right now, so Slayer all the way.
Yeah, I was thinking about changing it to Slayer because, yeah, Herblore is probably going to be faster than Slayer in the future, and if I get more Slayer XP, that means I can do more Nightmares then, and that's always good.
A man in his nightmare zone is a peaceful man.
You
Every
know
maxed
it.
Iron Man.
me sick.
Every maxed Iron Man. Oh, Lel, I've seen you there, please.
Oi! That was just one time.
One
Per
time
day.
a day. Alright,
Yeah.
so question number 26. Are you going to RuneFest in 2017? And what did you think of this year's RuneFest?
I might consider it. I was planning to go this year, but then they revealed that bonds would not be usable by the plane tickets, RuneFest tickets, hotels, stuff like that. So I didn't go. I was in RuneFest 2013, I think, and back then RuneScape was really a lot smaller part of RuneFest, and also I had the worst hangover of my life, and yeah, it wasn't that fun. But yeah, in 2017 I might go, especially if some people I know are also going. Then I wouldn't feel so lonely there. And this year's RuneFest, I don't know. I think it wasn't that great. Again, they didn't stream the smaller stage, which had a couple of things that interested me. And yeah, Old School again was really small part of RuneFest, and I'd like to see more Old School content there.
I don't know if I'll be going in 2017. A lot of my friends want to go, and they were talking to me about going, but go from where I live in Australia, it's incredibly expensive. It's a lot of money, so I'd have to wait until it's closer before I can decide on that. If you could use bonds, I would do that, but they've obviously removed that now, so that kind of sucks. But what did I think of this year's RuneFest? I didn't watch too much of it because I only watched the old school sections, so I only watched what they have planned for 2017, and I think the Q&A, and basically just to see whoops, and that was about it. So I didn't really watch much of it, but I don't know. I think this year's was great, I guess.
Yeah, from this year's RuneFest, I just watched the video maker and streamer Q&A just to see books, and I didn't watch much after that. And going to RuneFest 2K17, I mean, it's a possibility. Again, if it was possible to buy the stuff with bonds, it would be a bigger possibility, and I might even do it. But if I can't do it with bonds, then it's obviously much more expensive and maybe not as likely, but it's a possibility always, maybe.
Ooh, RuneFest, I want to go. If you can pay with bonds, then a lot of us are going because Flynn offered to pay for us. So
Yes.
that's nice. No, not even a joke. But yeah, if you can pay with bonds, I will go. It's not with bonds, I don't think so, because college students don't have money for that. I don't know. I watched like the Q&A and everything, and that looked really cringy. But I think if you're actually there, it's fun. And if a lot of the erudite people go, it will be fun just to put a face on everyone's username, because a lot of them I've never seen what they look like or even know what they sound like. So it would be cool to meet some people. But yeah, if it's with bonds, definitely.
Yeah, no matter what, I will go next year. If you can pay with bonds, it would be nice, but if it isn't possible, yeah, I would still go next year. But I really hope next year I can pay with bonds, because I could pay for a few people to come as well. So that would be really nice.
I think, I don't know if I'll go next year. If you can do bonds, that'd be cool. It sounds like really fun to go, especially if you just go with a bunch of friends. Like, if like half the clan when everyone rocked up in a hashtag erudite t-shirt, like just walking around in gang, they'd be like, oh my god, it's the Iron Men. No.
And everyone knows.
I'm not going if
Haha's in the chant. Oh my god. Haha's in the chant.
But like it would be really fun just to see a lot of your friends you talk to like all day on TeamSpeak and in game, and then you can hang out in real life and only log in to do farm runs for a week. No.
I'd wear a mask, so you still wouldn't know how I look like.
Oh, all right.
I would recognize you by the long hair.
And he'd be
I
the
still remember that.
he'd be the
picture.
only one in a pink erudite t-shirt.
Right.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah, it would also be cool to meet streamers.
It would, and then
Ice, Jones Chili, obviously, Bodhi, of course. Just people like that would be really fun to meet them.
Emily.
I mean, I wouldn't even complain. I'd say hi. Why not? I don't.
This year's RuneFest I thought was cool. I thought the reveals were a little silly, like the Fossil Island, but hey, every Thursday making the game more realistic to get 200 mil all. Alright, question number 27. The valuation scape is getting out of hand, or not? What do you think?
Maybe a little bit. I think they need to slow down on all the new content updates they're doing, maybe.
Yeah, after I lost everything on the other Ironman, I don't mind about devaluing stuff. Just make it easier for my new account to come back to where I was when I lost everything. But yeah, I'm not too worried about devaluing stuff. I don't care anymore that much.
I do think it's a bit too much. It's not necessarily too much. It's just all coming too fast. I think the Jaggers feel like they need to bring like a game-breaking update every week, and it would be okay if they slow down. But I think that it's gonna come eventually. Like with time, things are gonna get devalued. It's how games go. So I think it's better to just embrace it and just camp Wintertodt like some people in here, even though they complain about it all day, Tyler. But yeah, I think you might as well embrace it. It's a bit too much, but why not?
Yeah, it's definitely going a bit too fast in my opinion. I'm not the boss that would get triggered over every XP that you get extra, but nowadays I don't really care anymore. The easier the better in my opinion.
I think it's getting out of hand. I don't like it. I think they honestly need to slow down. Every Thursday when I wake up, first thing I think of is how many hours did I save to 200 mil all today? No, I don't really, but just every Thursday they make it. There's almost something every Thursday that makes Ironman a lot easier. I know the game needs updates, and I do agree that the game needs to update. Things will get devalued over time, but the speed they're doing it at, I think is way too fast, almost every week. They should do more quality of lives and make the content updates less frequent, just so they're more special when they do come. Instead of getting a new piece of content like every week, it's just like make it maybe like once a month or something. Slow it down. Make the update more special when it does come out. So, and you have more time to spend on it as well, and you can work on quality of lives during the rest of the month or something. But if they do devalue things, you have to accept it.
It's way out of hand. Like, it was really nice when Old School first came out. Jagex or the Old School team was a lot smaller, and they couldn't do big updates.
Yeah.
And they were also a lot more conservative about updates. Like, they didn't want to bring game-changing updates. They wanted to keep it like it was on release or close to it. They still did quality of life updates. One good example is the pathing. Like, you wouldn't backwalk. I don't know if anyone remembers it anymore.
I
It was
remember
so long
pathing
ago.
when it first came out.
Like, updates of that, really good quality of life updates. But now it's just out of hand. Every single week something gets devalued, and it seems to affect mostly Ironman. And yeah, in the last 6 months they probably released more or 2 years worth of updates, in my opinion. They could easily slow down at least 90%. And at first I was against PvP updates, minigame updates, quest updates, but now I'm all for them, especially quests, because they say that quests take a lot of time and they wouldn't have time to do other updates. And that would be perfect. Just, bring on more quests, nothing more, no skilling updates, no PvM, nothing, just quest and PvP updates, please, and maybe some minigame updates, couple.
Yeah, I think the problem as well is that they listen to Reddit too much. Like, if a post has like 1,000 upvotes on Reddit, it's pretty likely to come into the game. And the problem with that is that there's like a new Reddit post every 5 minutes. So, I don't know, they should just slow down, maybe not listen to the community as much anymore. But yeah, way too fast. Reddit for it, exactly.
Question number 28. Do you like the direction of how old school RS is heading? Why or why not?
So yeah, Lelalt pretty much said what I was going to say. Like, they were really careful with the updates when the old school first came out. They literally asked everything, and now they are adding stuff that are not even polled. Like, for example, not a big update. I guess the Phoenix pet, they didn't even poll that. But there's probably something else that they didn't even poll. And yeah, there's a lot of like new updates every week that devalues people, mostly Ironman, because they really don't like think about Ironman too much when they make updates. So they tend to devalue Ironman. So yeah, it's like making the game, or the direction is basically making the game like a little bit easier step by step, just by small quality of life updates and stuff like that every week. For example, I don't know, jug packs or any packs, for example, huge difference for Ironman, for our main accounts, not really. So stuff like that, it's makes the games a lot easier, make the game a lot easier really quickly every week. So, but to be honest, now that I'm pretty casual player nowadays, I don't mind about devaluing too much. So personally, I don't mind it too much, but I guess I would prefer if it wasn't this quickly, this the stuff, yeah, okay, continue.
Okay, so do you like the direction? I mean, yes and no. I like the fact that it's growing. Like, you can see it's getting bigger through Twitch and everything. So I like that. I like seeing more players come into it. I like that they did things like Ironman mode. Deadman mode I don't enjoy it, but it's still cool that they're trying out things like that. But yeah, as we said before, the speed of the updates, it's just way too much. They're trying too hard. I wouldn't mind if they only did like one update a month, one actual update a month, and then just like little tweaks, because they have a lot of tweaks to do the rest of the month. But yeah, it's good and bad. It's alright.
Yeah, it's actually not too bad, the updates that they do, because if you look at main accounts, because for example the Wintertodt, it's a really good balance between XP and how AFK it is and what you get from it, because it doesn't cost a lot of money. And that's the problem for Ironman. That makes it really good for Ironman. If they do that with more buyables, that will make Ironman faster but not mains. And I think that's really the problem. They look too much at mains and not too much at Ironman.
I agree with what you said, Flynn. I'm mostly happy with the way the game is heading, besides the evaluation, but as for the way that they're just updating and bringing in more players and advertising, looking at the page on CML for players, the game has been growing a lot compared to what it used to be in 2013 and 2014. It's been a really big spike in players, and the game's gets a little bit more players than RS3 even, which is very cool to see.
I think I answered this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the direction it's going because it's growing still, and there's been a lot of good content that has been added since the game came out. But I think they need to slow down on the big updates. They need to start working on what's in the game and fixing that before they start bringing in more and more content. I think they need to slow down on that because they're bringing in too much content too soon.
Question number 29. Do you think Jagex should slow down spamming new updates and new content?
I think we can. I mean, we've all mentioned that, so I think we can just skip that question.
Alright, yes, they need to slow down. Alright, question number 30. If you could remove 3 updates from OSRS, what would they be?
Ooh, that's a difficult question. Was Questscape an update? They should remove that. Remove the fairy rings. And Zeya RC. I wish they removed that because I really like the ZMI altar. I wish I could do that, and that would be efficient.
I wish that they would remove all the OP Slayer drop tables, like Wyverns, all the new drop table things like that. That makes, like, instead of skilling, you can just do Slayer and get more resources than you would ever do just normally skilling. Wish they would have not let Ironman use Zulrah, or, like, for resources. Like, only... I do like the blowpipe and all that stuff. I just don't like the resources that it gives. And I don't like any of the content that requires no supplies. So Zeya, runecrafting, Wintertodt, things like that that require no supplies. I don't like that. Those 3.
Number 1, Zeya. Number 2, Zulrah. Number 3, number 3.
Other look mine.
Other lot mine. Okay, that's good.
I would say remove Zeya runecrafting, yeah.
No. I want to take it back. NMZ. Number 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about, yeah. Nightmare Zone, Zeya runecrafting, and Wyvern's update table. I don't think the buff was good for that.
You guys just want the game to die if you want to remove Nightmare Zone.
Yeah, I guess I was gonna say like Zulrah, but I do need it now, so not now, not yet. Wyverns, I guess. Yeah, I can't think of any right now. I'm pretty casual, so I like all the updates normally. I don't hate anything, so I'll just keep all of them.
Okay, for me, as Tyler said, even though I like blowpipe and all that, Zora supplies were a bit too much for me. Wyverns, drop log, everything, just get rid of Wyverns altogether. I don't care, I don't like Wyverns. And third, I would have to say, that's a tough one. That's gonna be either Zeya or Nightmare Zone. I think Nightmare Zone. Yeah, I would remove Nightmare Zone. I think Nightmare Zone is just a bit too much.
Actually,
I think Zeya is a lot worse.
Yeah, I would say
Yeah,
if
but
I had to say one, I would say Zeya as well. I hate that place. But
Yeah,
they
but
are rearranging it, so hopefully that's better.
Problem with me saying Zeya was that I have abused it myself, so I'd rather say like Nightmare Zone, that I haven't done that much. So I wouldn't feel like a hypocrite.
Well, I got 99 runecrafting there, so I guess same story. But even still, whatever.
Barely,
Yeah,
I'm
dance game.
here doing Wintertodt in Zeya.
Yeah, exactly.
Remove this fucking place.
Would you, Lala, would you agree to remove Zeya Wintertodt if it would also remove your firemaking XP?
Yes.
Say yes to that?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. You can
Maybe
even take
so.
my thieving XP. On top of
I think
the
Tyler
firemaking
would be
XP.
okay with that as well, so he
I
could
could
do
do
Master Farmers.
Master Farmers. Question number 31. Should there be a close interaction with well-known players with in-depth game knowledge before introducing important updates, aka maybe something like the high-level forums? Oh, and that's me. Alright, so I think that's a good idea. Like, I really liked the high-level forums back then. It would just be all the max players, and then they would, like, Matt K was there as well back then, and people would get the high-level feedback compared to someone someone who thinks they're creating a new meta every other day, and it's not has the same vote and weight of their vote as Link's Titan. Some guy with like 600 total level or something has like the same say as like Lela, or it just doesn't even out. Even though like numbers wise it does even out, it just like shouldn't, because someone who knows about the game should have more of a say to help keep the game more balanced and help it live long.
I got high-level forum access only shortly before Old School came out, and I didn't really spend any time there, didn't post anything or anything like that, so I don't know how well that worked. But yeah, that could be one way to do it. And yeah, I definitely think that should be the case. There should be more close interaction with higher level players with the team. But I don't see that ever happening. I think Jagex thinks that they know what's best for the game, so, and they think they're really good at balancing it, that their QA is knows what they're doing. So I don't see them asking the high-level players about any updates.
But they did ask for Zulrah drop table, I think.
Did they? Interesting.
I
But
think
they still
they did.
fucked
They
it up.
asked people for data, I think. Matt K asked people if they could give their data
No,
on it.
before the Zulrah update, for the drop table, they asked what kind of stuff.
Oh
they
really?
should
Oh,
drop.
I didn't
Oh
know
yeah,
that.
I think they
yeah,
did.
that's actually true. John C did ask.
That went well, didn't it?
Yeah, well, the items were correct, the amounts maybe not so.
Yeah.
I think they should, yeah, because obviously the people that have more knowledge and have been playing longer have a better idea how the game works rather than the people that are able to vote on polls and stuff. I think that would be a good idea. I think that would be for the better, because Jagex themselves doesn't really seem to know how to balance things properly or think like that. And you see some of the questions on the polls that do pass and then the ones that don't pass, and you kind of sit there and wonder why people would be voting yes or why they're voting no to it. And I think it's just due to them either not understanding the question or just not really understanding the full implications of whatever they're voting yes or no to. So I think it would help if they did have that, yeah.
Yeah, for first thing to come to my mind is like just give you an idea for the Q&A test, QA testers what to test out. For example, we could say, Ironman could say that, okay, make sure we can trade, and you know, Duel Arena wouldn't happen. But yeah, like I said, they did it with Zulrah drop table. They did ask what kind of stuff Zulrah should drop, and we said what we need, and you know, the drops are good, but the amount of them is a bit too much. So I guess it did have some good and bad things from that. But yeah, it's I don't know why. I don't see a reason why it would be a bad thing to ask high-level people help or any like tips or stuff. Yeah, that should be a really good idea. And you know, we could ask some Deadman mode players. We could ask some PvP players, bossing people, Ironmen, high-level skillers, and all kind of people, and get their opinion on updates. Could be a good thing.
Yeah, I agree with Hauke. I don't really see a downside to this. So they should definitely ask, like, obviously, ask some higher level Ironman, like, do you think this is gonna have any implications on the Ironman mode and all that? I would even go as far as saying that I would love to see someone like Netlanders be allowed to test methods before they were released for the actual XP rate. Because if that wouldn't have happened, then we probably wouldn't have had the Zeya runecrafting being so overpowered, and CMI will probably be overpowered in the future. So I'd love to have high level players not only like give their intel but also test it on like beta servers. But I don't know if that's like possible practically. So, but yeah, obviously, why would you not communicate with the higher level players who put more hours into this game and know more about this game?
Yeah, that's actually a really good idea. If people could test the content, that would be really nice. The only downside of that is if an update comes, it's not surprising anymore how it's going to be. but
Oh,
yeah. But what's that?
You can always have like people in secrecy. I mean, there are plenty of people in this game who would test that without leaking anything. I think there are
Yeah,
plenty of people
maybe
in like
get
hexes and
access to
stuff.
a few people.
Yeah,
That would be a good
exactly.
idea.
Pick a few and just give it to them.
Yeah.
Then people are gonna complain like, oh, why not me?
Well, I
People
don't.
like Dead by Bow or what?
I don't think that their updates are so secretive anyways at all, because compared to like pre-EOC, they wouldn't even like poll or say what they're doing. Just like randomly you log in one day and like HP is like 9,000 or 900
You've got
instead
an
of
ability bar.
yeah, and you just like it's just completely random. You log in one day and be like I remember I logged in at pest control because I was doing pest control that day when they changed the HP to like Constitution or whatever, and instead of 99 it was like 990, and I'm sitting there like wondering like, when did this happen? Why am I hitting like hundreds now?
That was so bad. I used to PK a lot back then, and it made it really difficult to adjust at the start to PKing. You would get hit like a shit hit, and you would panicky because you think you're getting hit like a 60 or something, but meanwhile they're only hitting 6.
Yeah, I was doing Astrals when that happened, and I didn't read the update. I just continued doing Astrals, and Suka hit me 101. And I got a heart attack. I was like, what the fuck? But one hit me, and then I just kept running to the altar and was like, what the fuck happened?
But like the updates nowadays are nowhere near as like surprising, because you already know what they're making. You might just not know how to like do a certain update, but you already know what's coming and what's it gonna be like, because they show it on like every Wednesday when they do their revealing stream or whatever. Alright. Question number 32. Who is the true rank 1?
Leslie.
Leslie.
OSRS.
Hello.
Lelalt rank 1.
Was Osiris ever rank 1? Like actually rank 1?
He's rank 1.
It's Leslie.
I have to go with Leslie for maxing in less than a year before it got devalued even more. But Lola's the perm rank 1. Leslie's the true rank 1.
No, I'm the perm rank.
Perm rank 2. Exactly.
I would have to say, I would have to say Leslie, just because he done it first, and obviously before a lot of things got devalued, but after that I would probably say Lala, because I've seen all the supplies that he has in his bank. He's got so much healing supplies.
Not
bank,
anymore,
like
not that much.
150 mil herblore and
Oh yeah.
stuff like that.
Come on.
Well, we haven't seen all the supplies yet.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, just
having
wait for
said
my
that-
next Iron Rambling bit.
But having said that, I haven't seen Tyler's bank either, so he could have just as many, if not more, than Lala did in his last video, so...
Well, a few days ago I smithed 4 million cannonballs, but that's about it. Alright. Question number 33. What is everyone's favorite color?
Green party hat green. That fluorescent green, I love that green color.
I don't really have one. I'll take blue.
Red, because Arsenal.
A light colored blue.
Mine's either just blue or like a light green. Like
What Lala's gonna say?
I don't know. Pink.
Alright, question number 34. Do you play RuneScape from your phone when you aren't at the computer? Why or why not?
I should do that more when I'm AFK in Nightmare Zone. I haven't done it too much, but that's something I could do. Nightmare Zone, click every 5 minutes. Really, really nice. And XP is good. So, not really much, but I should do that.
No, I don't really do that. The reason for that, I don't really go outside much. Big surprise there. I only usually just go to school or something. And when I'm at school, I'm usually doing lab work, so I can't even be on my phone. And if I could, like, if I had enough time to be on my phone, I could also just grab my laptop and do it on there, so there's really no reason for me to do it.
Oh, I love doing Nightmare Zone on my phone. When I'm at school, always do Nightmare Zone. it's like what? I get like 2 to 3 mil free XP a week by doing basically nothing, so it's really nice.
Do you have like a 5-minute timer going, or just casually check every now and then?
Plus.
No, I watch like every 20 minutes. You can FK for 20 minutes, so
Yeah, yeah.
it's really easy to do.
I have morals and I don't plan my phone. No, I'm kidding. I plan my phone. I started this
You're
mess.
rank 1 now.
I
my
started
friend.
this mess, guys. So I started over the summer, like at the beginning of summer, someone showed me the Google Chrome remote desktop thing, so I've been using that. And then at work, I get like a free like 3.5 mil XP every week just from work, and I check mine like every 20 to 40 minutes. Sometimes I'll just be sitting there taking the damage with the absorptions. That's what I do at work. And then even at home, if I need to like walk away from the computer, I usually just grab my iPad and just do Wintertodt on my iPad, so I don't miss
Yeah.
the 500 points. Like,
I do that as well at the toilet.
Oh my god.
One part.
That's what it takes to be rank 1.
By the way, if you're like at work with your phone and you for some reason you log out, do you actually log back in and do all the hassle, or just give up?
no, I don't bother.
I give up. It's
I-
too much data for my phone.
I count it as
Internet.
like basically free XP anyway, since I wouldn't be playing at that time. So if I log out, it doesn't bother me because I wouldn't be logged in anyways.
Why wouldn't you log back in? It's not that much trouble. is it?
Because I can only hop
It
on my phone
takes-
at work for like a quick 10 seconds.
Oh right, yeah.
It takes
I mean,
like
you
3-4 minutes.
and it's short keys to type in your username and password, and then the rest
Yeah,
is pretty easy, right?
but internet's really expensive.
You can take a
Don't you have
quick...
Wi-Fi at school?
No, you can't do it via my Wi-Fi. It blocks it.
Wow.
You can't
really?
connect with other devices. It's really annoying.
Oh, that's stupid.
Tyler, you could just take a quick toilet break and log back in.
Yeah, exactly. Mostly.
It'd suck if the world's seducing. You'd have to go to the toilet a lot.
No, I usually just don't bother with it. I put both my accounts in Nightmare Zone. So like I'm doing like nearly 30 mil strength month on my noob account with the Dragon Sim, and that's all from like whenever like I'm just doing Nightmare Zone, or like when I'm not here, I'm doing Nightmare Zone over summer. When I started doing Pokemon Go, I would just do Nightmare Zone. I started doing that. And like I could just leave for a while, load my phone every like 20 minutes, drink a Super Combat, go play Pokemon Go. Good times.
Dream.
I don't even have a phone that could run any of them.
Yeah.
So no, I don't. But if I did, if I had a phone that could run that, I probably would. But even at school, I still most of my classes are in classrooms that have computers, so most of the time I play and do Wintertodt at school. So don't really have to play on my phone and do Nightmare Zone, for example. And but yeah, that's it.
No, I don't. I don't have anything that I would feel the need to do that for, because I don't really care too much about experience after I max now. Do my PBMing and do my own thing, but also most of the time if I'm not at my computer, I'm usually busy to the point where I wouldn't really be able to keep checking my phone and doing that anyway.
Alright, question number 35. Would you play a seasonal version of OSRS? So not Deadman mode, just like a seasonal that lasted like a month or 3 months, and whoever got the highest total would win.
Personally, right now I wouldn't, because as I said, I am a bit of a burnout, busy with school and all that, so I wouldn't even be able to keep up with people playing 18 hours a day. So that would just frustrate me. Plus, I don't like the idea of putting in so many hours and then 3 months later I have to start over. It's just not something I'd enjoy, so no, not for me. Sounds cool though.
Yeah, one of the big reasons I play this game is because of achievements, and you can progress like every day. And with a seasonal, if your stats get reset, yeah, I see no point in that. I would not play that.
I would. I would try it for a little bit. I think it would be very fun. I really like the hype of all the seasons. And the game usually spikes up when a new season starts. A lot of people renew membership, even if it's just to play a few days. Like, it spikes up again, and the hype of the competition at the beginning would be fun. And I wonder how this one would be if it was like a skilling type one, or even like an Ironman season, and see who can get the farthest in a month, or something. And it would be, instead of PKing, it would be about skilling.
Baking.
I'd definitely give it a go. As Tyler said, a lot of the competition in the beginning, for example Ironman, or even when Old School was released, the competition was what like gave me motivation to keep grinding and do well semi-insane hours in the beginning. So if that would feel the same with seasons, yeah, I'd definitely give it a go. Although at this point, when I'm competing with Tyler in firemaking and Jordan and whatnot, maybe I wouldn't do it in my main account, or like main Ironman. Probably make a new account and try to AFK it if possible.
Well, wouldn't they make it so, it would be like Deadman mode seasonal, how you can log in on your Lelalt account?
Yeah.
I use that for Deadman.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it would be something like that. So you could
Yeah,
use
but
it.
this would obviously never happen. I don't see this ever happening, because how would you like finish this off? Like, obviously with the Deadman, they do it because it promotes the game when they do the whole tournament thing. How would you have like a tournament with this? You have like the top.
It wouldn't have to be the same concept.
Yeah, I don't see this being something Jaggers would bother with.
Well, yeah. Of course.
That's the problem about it. Would be cool though, just to see like who is actually the best Ironman in here. Probably DVS. Like, a lot of people make fun of him, but he's actually one of the better grinders on this game.
What?
What? DVS, people make fun of him. DVS is one of the few Ironmen who has been top page long before most people in this clan, and he's still top page, so...
He said he would max
Still
before
not
me.
maxed either.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that's
but
due
he's an
to no
idiot. That's-
competition.
Yeah. You guys just...
He
I don't
do
know.
his own methods.
No, but like, people don't give him enough credit.
Yeah, the Ironman, like, let's say 1 month, we have 1 month of time to level up our new Ironman, and the biggest total level or something wins, and that sounds actually really, really good. You know, people like OSRS or stuff like that would be really good with it because they know all about the efficiency and what's exactly the best route. And that really sounds a really, really nice thing. But of course it will be like one-time thing really, because if you do it multiple times, people just do the same exact thing. I guess not, because people will figure out better things to do. But that Ironman thing really sounds cool. But would I play it? I might try it, but you know, Lela said he would be AFKing on it on the second account and still play on his Ironman, but that's exactly what happened when Ironman mode came out. I was saying that, okay, I'm gonna AFK my Ironman, get like fishing and wood cutting up, but little did I know that I will quit my main and go back to my
That's-
Ironman.
Actually, a good point. That's exactly what I said. That I'd keep
Yeah.
playing on my main and just AFK the Ironman, but
Yep, I basically
Personally,
switched my
I wouldn't
accounts.
play it. I don't skill for ranks, so it wouldn't really appeal to me. But if it was like a vote for it to come in, I would vote yes, just for the people that would want to do it.
Alright. Question number 36. What is the state of the high-level Ironman community? Is it growing or declining?
That's hard to say. I think at the moment it's growing because of all the updates and it's becoming easier, so more people are getting high up there. It also makes it a lot more fun because there's a bit more competition. It's not a lot, but yeah, I think In the future, as updates will come, it will become a bit more. But yeah, it's still, because it's Iron Man, there's not that many people, unfortunately.
I agree. I do think it's growing. I see someone say, how can it possibly decline? Well, I do remember at one point, like, the front page, there was like 9 people on the front page who didn't even log in anymore when they all got to, like, the Zora phase. So since Zora is becoming less and less needed, I've noticed more people are deciding they can max, especially with, like, when Zaya runecrafting came out. All these updates are kind of making it so, like, more people are wanting to max their Ironmen morally than just go for PvP drops. And I noticed, like, for our high level Ironman clan, a lot more people have been trying to want to join it and be with people here. So I've noticed it's been growing.
Yeah, I think it's slowly growing. Probably mostly due to easier methods, like Flynn said, and partly due to people quitting, like Tyler said. I don't really have that much to add, and I think it's a good thing that there's more people, more competition. That's always nice.
Yeah, I would say it's growing. I think that's due to things becoming a lot easier as well, but that's always good. I mean, as the game progresses, it's eventually things are going to get easier. That's just how it is, but I don't know, I think it's good. It's nice to see a lot more people that are going for max total and stuff now as well, and getting a lot more people up there that do have max total, including people that enjoy the PVM and stuff like that as well.
I don't have anything to add there. Saying, yeah, I can agree to everything.
Yeah, same.
Alright. Question number 37. Do you think Zamorak grape farming was implemented in the right way? I personally think that it was not. This is one of the updates, I think I'm surprised that they didn't make it OP. It's way under than what I thought it would be. I thought it would be like super OP compared to telegrabbing, but you get like 40 or 50 an hour and you can fail to even make the Zami wines. In my opinion, I think that they should make it comparable to telegrabbing while sitting in the one world. Instead of like hopping worlds be the fastest, they should make it comparable to just AFKing in one world telegrabbing.
Yeah, it was really underpowered, but I think that's a good thing, because it's easier to buff it than to nerf it. And I slightly disagree with you. I think it should be at least as good as telegrabbing wines, the hopping method, so let's say 230 plus an hour. It should be at least that good, because you're restricted if you want to get wines and telegrab them. You need to use the total level worlds and maybe the PvP worlds, so you don't get dragged by bots. So there's basically only 1 or 2 people who can do it at the same time. So I think the wine farming thingy should be at least as good as many or all the people could do it at the same time without hindering each other.
I think it was implemented correctly, but I think it needs a little bit of a buff. But at the same time, I'm glad it's that way and not the other way, whereas usually when content comes into the game, it's extremely overpowered and then they have to nerf it. I'd rather see it come in underpowered and then they have to buff it to make it better. I don't think I want to see it on par with telegrabbing Zemi wines. I think that should still be maybe the best method for it.
Yeah, from what I have heard, it's not that good to do, so I guess it's dead content for everyone. So I guess it's not good to release dead content to the game. That's a waste of time. So they should. I can agree that I like where they make some stuff first and it's not that good, but then they can buff it to be better, rather than making stuff first really OP and then nerf it, because then people are upset when somebody abused the really good method. And yeah, I would say telegraphing should be still the best method. But do you guys know how much or like Golfat Queen, how is it compared to telegraphing wines doing Golfat Queen nowadays? with like Dragon Warhammer and that stuff? Do you guys know?
I think telegramming is still better. I think telegramming is faster.
But it's
It
like
is.
because at Golfight Queen you get other stuff too.
True. I haven't looked at it like that, but I mean the problem with that is that you're most likely like what else can you get from KQ? Like
I guess some seeds and
farming seeds and all that, but like most people who are gonna actually do KQ will
And
probably
potato
already
crackers.
have farming from Zora, so I don't know.
But yeah, that's
People need to take a look at the entire like process of Ironman because everything has changed already since the OSRS guide. So
that's pretty much it. But the Golfight Queen is nice that it's kind of nice method again for the wines.
Ironman don't kill 26 KQ an hour, by the way. Hence, it's more like 22, 23. But yeah, the way it was implemented, I mean, I personally thought they were gonna add it to the drop table of like catacombs NPCs as well. So I'm glad they didn't do that. It's as the other said. I'm glad it's like bad, so it can get buffed instead of being the other way around. Either way, I probably would never do it myself, but I guess it's a nice alternative for people who don't like telegrabbing or KQ. So hopefully it'll get buffed soon.
Oh, by
Yeah.
the way, they were talking about the magic spell, the wine to Sami wine spell. That would have been, I think, too OP, and you know that would be like, yeah, too OP. So it's better that they do stuff like this, in my opinion.
Yeah, from what I heard people saying it was going to be like 400 to 500 wines an hour. But this is only like 10% of that, so it's really bad. I think they should at least make it 200 an hour. So it's, yeah, that would be fine, I think.
I do agree that they should make it not so good at first to see people's opinions so they can always buff it, because it would be like Zulrah. If they made Zulrah really weak at first and then made it have better drops, it would have been a lot better than having millions of scrolls in the game when they drop 50 at a time. And yeah.
And 50 noted herbs at the time.
Range only kills and one rotation.
Oh yeah. I should have killed it on release.
I killed like 200 on my main.
Oh.
Question number 38. How many corp kills per hour would you have to be getting for you personally to think that it's worthwhile to camp?
I wouldn't kill it anyway, no matter how fast it would be, so I'll skip this one.
What if they released a vine and it's pink? Would you do it then?
Yes.
That was a very fast yes. Jammy.
I was doing it when there was no Dragon Warhammer, when it was just the Bandai's Godsword method, and I think it was about 3 kills an hour then, and I still would have kept doing it that way, so I'd say as long as I can get 3 kills an hour, I will always do Corp, and obviously it's, I think it's like 5 kills now per hour, probably more like 4, but yeah, I enjoy Corp, so it's a bit different for me. I'll probably always do it.
I don't like if this question is like how much would they have to buff, so I would do it. I would like to keep the corp as hard as it is right now. It's really nice that there's actually one boss that you can't actually just kill like 20 per hour or something. As you said, it's like 5 per hour. That's a good rate. That's actually like one of the hardest things to do on Ironman. So, and personally, I don't know if I would camp it at any level. I don't know if I was planning to even camp it on other Ironman. On this Ironman that I have, probably never. So I don't plan to camp it anyway.
I don't really care about how many kills an hour it would be. Even if it was only 1, I would still do it since it's all for the shields. Like if you want the shields enough, even with 1 kill an hour, I'd still do it since that's the only reason you would really go to Corp. But yeah, I don't think it should get more kills an hour. Definitely not. I think 3 to 5 kills an hour is a perfect rate for it.
Yeah, the only way I would kill it if they would bring back insta darts. For people who don't know what that is, previously you got like a few darts and you could one-hit every monster you wanted. So yeah, that would be nice if they introduced them.
Just know, you'd know that there would be that one guy that would go there with 3 darts, get the shield, the sigil, and the elixir.
That one
Yeah.
guy would be MMORPGRS.
I agree with Flynn. I was actually thinking to myself, like, for me personally to camp it and continue camping it till I get my drop, I'd need to be killing about 120 of those bad boys an hour. So I'll need like to be
Good luck.
loaded with the insta-kill darts and stuff. Like, so pretty much that means I'll never be killing it. All right. Question number 39. What is your favorite choice of the new Infernal capes?
I'm gonna be honest, I haven't even really looked at those. I think it was, I seen them on the live stream, I think it was number 3. Or option 3 or whatever, I think that one was really nice.
I haven't seen them either, so I'll take 3.
The one I personally like is the only one they decided to cut out of the first poll, which was the one with the yellow stripes, like the lightning one. I really like that one. I don't know why they decided to cut it out, but out of the options they gave, I don't know, like I really like number 1, but obviously when he showed them in game it was broken, so from the ones, like the way he showed them, I would have to say 3, but if he fixes number 1, then probably number 1.
Yeah, I'm also between 1 and 3. I think the third one is the best one though.
So I think your guy's eyes are broken or something, because number 1 had the shoulder pads, and I thought that looked terrible, especially in game.
Well, without the shoulder pads then.
That was number 2 then.
Oh, okay.
Number-
I thought the one without the shoulder pads was number 3.
Oh no, that was number 2. Number 3
We're
was the
all-
one. Hold on, I can look for it on Twitter really
I mean,
quick.
when I
Oh.
said number 1, which one did he show first in the stream? That's the one I mean by number 1. I just assumed he went by the order. Because he showed one that was like too dark to see properly.
That was I think that was the number 3 was
Oh, well then
similar
number
to
3.
or number 2 was similar to the number 1 but without shoulder pads, and it wasn't ready, so it was really dark.
This was number.
That's the one I
This was
like.
number 3. They also fixed the seams, or mostly fixed the seams, so they aren't as noticeable
no.
as before.
That's not the one I meant.
No, I also meant another one.
Yeah.
I think you guys meant number 2 then, the one without the shoulder pads, right? That had like black
Yeah.
spots on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what
The
I
one that
was
was too dark to see in the
Okay,
stream.
yes,
that's the
that
one.
was number 2.
Yeah,
Well,
that
then
was the base,
number
but
2.
it was a bit too dark.
Yeah, I also
So I would have taken number 1 without the shoulder pads.
I agree with Lela on that. Number 2 or 1 without the shoulder pads, just because it was lighter. But I also think that they need to make the top of the cape a little bit more wider, like how the max cape is wider. But because I don't know, it just didn't look that wide of a cape.
Go everyone.
But I also
Yeah, number 2 then.
I also did like
Yeah.
number 3.
Number 2 is the one that I like, yeah.
Yeah.
Although I still hope they add a max cape to it, even though Ghost said he wouldn't.
They said something about they would re-pull that, or no, not re-pull it. They would pull that when that came to be.
If it comes down to that, which one of these would make the coolest max cape, do you think? They're all pretty similar.
Wait,
Oh,
now
look,
that I
cheers.
see them, I like that fourth one.
Dude, you're about to be kicked.
Wait,
I
do you
don't
mean
think-
do you mean
I
the
don't
one
think anyone
that?
liked 4.
I've seen a lot of people on Twitter support that, but I wasn't too big of a fan of it pre-EOC, so I don't care much for it.
I feel like for example, now that I see them first time, if I just saw a guy wearing that, for example, third one, I would just think they, for some reason, they changed the look of Fire Cape.
Yeah,
And
that's
fourth
true.
one is a new cape. So that's why 4, and I like it.
Read the chat.
Hauki, get out. Kick Hauki +1. Ban Hauki. Hauki, get out. Alright, you're not allowed to have opinions on here, sorry.
Deal with it.
Right. Question number 40, alright. This is a big one. Alright. Osiris' guide to maxing an Ironman is a great success, but over time is only going to become more outdated. Unfortunately, Osiris said he doesn't plan to keep the guide updated. I propose that the guide be rehosted on the Google Docs where it can be edited by by a few whitelisted front page players who constantly keep the guide updated and include a changelog for people who have already started their account to check. What do you guys think of that?
Well, I have followed the guide for quite a long time now. I basically did the Barrows clubs with the guide, and the guide is amazing. Would recommend. Of course, now that it's outdated, it's you can use your own brains and ask a few people. Don't ask OSRS; he gets too many questions, or he used to get. That's what he said. So you can ask some other people as well. You don't have to ask him, even though he knows a lot. But yeah, the guide is really good. But yeah, to keep it updated. It probably wouldn't even be that big job for someone to keep it updated roughly, or you could at least mention some things that, okay, you used to do this method now, but now there's some other methods that you can do, and you can choose which one is better, and then you can say, okay, this is the most efficient, and give you some numbers why something's better and stuff. If it didn't take too long and someone actually did it, why not? It's a really good guide, and I recommend it for a lot of people. If people would keep it updated, it would be really nice, and it might help some new Ironmen to grow and make new accounts. Even though I don't, well, yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, as Hauki said, I think OSRS's guide it's still decent. It just has a few tweaks. I don't think anything has had a huge impact to the point where his guide is like unusable. But yeah, I don't know if high-level Ironman could be bothered to like constantly update that, especially because it takes, like, if you actually want to do it right, it would take a lot of calculations. But yeah, a rough like estimation could be given. I personally wouldn't be bothered, although I doubt anyone would want my advice. So I don't know. I mean, you could do that. I just don't think people would be willing to do that. Like actual people you would want to hear from.
Well, I was gonna say, like, you don't have to say exactly what to do and exactly know what's the best method. Just like tell them, okay, now you can do Wintertodt if you want, and here's the reasons why you should do that, and here's the reasons why you should continue this guide and not do Wintertodt. For example, I don't know, stuff like that wouldn't make a huge, like, wouldn't take too much time, and you wouldn't have to do the calculations yourself. You could just say that you can do your own calculations. Here's the data or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I still think it's a good guide, even with all the updates, especially for the more casual players that don't really want the max efficiency. It's, in my opinion, still a really good guide. So, I mean, if people want to update it, they can. I would like to help if I can, but yeah, it's still great.
I like the idea of this, but the only downside to it would be when we have multiple people and then they start to get different opinions about a new meta, if this thing is better than someone else's isn't, and there might be a little too much debating there or something, and it might get annoying. But I do like the idea of it because OSRS already like made like the skeleton of the guide, so people we can just add on to it, move some things out. I think would be a great idea, and just get a few people, because I could see it getting annoying for one person to always keep changing it.
Yeah, as an idea, I really like it. It would be nice to have a good guide like OSRS is, that would be updated. But the problem is, like Tyler said, that we probably wouldn't agree on everything, and most Ironman methods, they require like really extensive calculations to determine that which method is better. For example, Zura or Wintertodt, like you need to calculate a lot of stuff to come to the final conclusion, and by the time you're done with the calculations, a lot of people might disagree with you on some of them. So it wouldn't be like definite. So as an idea, really good, but in reality, I don't think it'll happen. And also, it'll be a lot of work to keep it updated.
Yeah, I'm kind of with Lala on that one. I think it'd be a good idea to keep it current, keep updating it as things change, but it would be a lot of work, and I think it would also be hard to get everyone to agree on certain methods maybe being the best or what's better to do, so that would be a problem, I think. But it would be nice to see that it's always current with what's in the game, but it would be a lot of work.
Alright guys, that wraps it up for our questions we have. If anyone has questions in the chat, we can answer a few more questions if you want to write one in the chat for us.
I got one question in my PM. Well, I do know the answer most likely, but one of my friends asked that do you guys now keep Duel Ring 1s and Games Necklace 1s in your bank because of the jewelry box in the POH, you know, so you can alch them for some cash. So most likely every one of you have. Probably don't do it anymore, but I'm just more curious, have you ever done that on Ironman? You kept Duel Ring 1s because they alch for the same price as Duel Ring 8.
I planned to do it
I
at
haven't,
first. I knew about it before I started playing Ironman, but in the end I didn't. I just
Same.
always forgot to switch it when it was on one, and then I just used it.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, something like, for example, lava runecrafting. You're not gonna bank the Duel Ring 1s there.
I remember at first I did it with all my like dual rings and had like 300 like one teleport left on them, and then I was like, you know what, I don't care. And then I eventually went to enchant them all together at the Grand Exchange, or decant them is what it is.
What were you doing in game during the podcast? Well, Wintertodt.
Wintertodt.
Wow,
Winter
surprise.
Blowing-
I've...
Blowing glass and Motherlode Mine.
Blowing gas.
I've been aping redwoods, while playing FIFA.
Burnout.
Oh shit,
Exactly.
I should have done Redwoods.
Someone asked, do you feel that the game should be balanced around mains and Ironman? I think they should take both into consideration. I think they mostly only take mains into consideration, which I understand that, but I think Ironman should be considered as well, because there's a lot of people that do play Ironman now. There's a lot of Ironman accounts, so I think it would be fair to balance it around both.
Even be that hard, just have a few ARP and ask them what do you think about this on something like the high level forums, and done. A lot of problems could have been avoided that way.
I do think they should balance more updates around Iron Man, but not like fully around them. Like, I think they should even make some updates. If it seems like it's gonna be way too OP for Iron Man, just make it so Iron Man can't do it. Like, if they made some new like construction minigame 400k an hour, and it's not OP because construction's 900k an hour for main accounts. That's not OP. You're wasting your own time doing it. It's just like, don't let Iron Man be able to do it then. Like,
But that would result in a huge shitstorm from the
Yeah.
casual Iron Man community.
Well, what I'm thinking here that like the dual arena change, I think they should have disabled that from Iron Man. That was a bad idea to give the dual arena ability trading to Iron Man. What? Crafting? EGS, 100 mil, Hairplow XP, what? Yeah.
I was
Okay.
gonna say congrats in the chat, what did I miss?
Someone's
We should just-
asking what the best place to get seaweed now is, that the charter boats have been changed. Is it still Port Khazard or is it somewhere else?
I have asked a few people and no one seems to even know how much supplies
Wasn't
you
that
get
just-
at buying them. But it's probably because it varies a lot during the
Yeah.
during the day. But maybe if you would just assuming that there's full worlds in every world. I mean, every world would be full of stuff. How much supplies would that be per hour? I'm actually pretty curious myself as well.
No idea.
Every world is full, wouldn't it just be Port Khazard, because that's the closest one to the deposit thing?
yeah, but then you could also use Catherby if Port Khazard is full. Or not.
Yeah,
No,
but
but
he said, assuming that they're all
Oh.
full of stock, then it would obviously be the one
Yes,
close to the
Port
bank.
Khazard.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, but
impossible to answer that, because it depends on who else is doing it, where are they doing it, just, it's way too hard to actually answer that question
I
properly.
would just like to know numbers, how many you can buy per
I
hour
think
maximum.
Osiris told me 3.5k before.
Yeah, I remember
So-
3 point something K, yeah.
That's probably closer to 2k.
I managed
OSRS
to
rates. Yeah, but you and Osiris.
I
are
managed to
next
buy
level.
well over 2k in the beginning of Ironman when the
True.
where the stocks
Yeah.
weren't full.
Back then it
nearly
was
all the time.
2.6k, I
So
think.
if the stock would always be full, I'm guessing well over 3k, maybe even 4.
Yeah, I have just done the 85 crafting grind, or so you know it, but it's really fast with, especially when you can fill your bank really easily now. You can one click and every supply is in the bank. Really speeds it up a lot.
If you just stake it over, right, Hauke?
Right, we have one for Jammy. Jammy, have you ever thought of streaming?
I have, but my internet... I have streamed in the past, but it wasn't Ironman. And my OBS crashed all the time. So, I don't know. Maybe if I can somehow get better internet, which isn't possible at this point, as well as Osworld sometime in the next decade or something, maybe that would be
Early
possible,
August.
Alright, we have 2 Wintertodt questions. Do you guys think Wintertodt going for 200 mil right at the start of your Ironman is a good idea? And how do you feel about Wintertodt and Flax the Bowstring changing the meta on fletching?
How did Wintertodt change the metaphor, Fletch?
Well, if we're doing less Zulrah, we're doing Wintertodt, then
Yes,
we
you
will
can do.
we'll be doing magic longbows with our
Oh,
Zulrah magic
yeah, of
logs and then
course.
stringing them. So we won't
Right.
need to spend all the
Right,
extra
right,
money
right.
on broads, and then we get the extra money from the longbows.
But I'd make bowstring out of my flags even if Wintertodt wouldn't have come out, even if I didn't use all the bowstring. Just because how good of XP it is.
I have no opinion.
Most of my fletching was done with darts anyway, or broad arrows, so I don't really...
Would you guys be willing to make Ultimate Ironmans if you ever got 200 mil all on your Iron Man?
I already have an Ultimate Iron Man. It's actually a lot of fun. It's just after a certain while, when you get to high level, it's just the same grind over and over again. And at that point, it just kind of loses the joy and purpose of it for me. So maybe up to like 1800 total, I do it.
I have been looking Doc Goat, I got it right this time. I have been looking Doc Goat rank 2 Ultimate Ironman streams recently, and he was bossing, for example, Bandos, and he was doing Dagonet Kings, and he was doing Slayer. It really is a very different game mode that I thought it would be. There's a lot into it that I don't even know, and probably a lot of other people don't even know. It really is a very interesting game mode. I do have the free-to-play Ultimate Ironman already, which I have to continue at some point, but I don't know if I'm gonna make a pay-to-play Ultimate Ironman. I already have 2 normal Ironman.
I had no plans to do it because I like to hoard items. I like to look in my bank and see progress, see all the things like build up. I don't, you know, whatever it is, maybe clue items. Even when I was grinding Green Dragons for 99 Pro, it's nice to see like the 20 or 30k Dragon Bones that you have and all that kind of stuff. That's probably one of the things that I like the most about Ironman, as well as PVMing and PVMing on an Ultimate Ironman. It's possible, but I don't think I would enjoy the way you have to go about it, so I won't be.
Totally agreed. I love hoarding stuff and probably wouldn't enjoy Ultimate. And if I ever get 200 mil all on Ironman, I'll probably try to retire from RuneScape. And if that doesn't work out, then the game has probably changed a lot. So I'll have something else to do, maybe another game mode, or maybe mains will be interesting again to play. I don't know, but
Great.
probably not Ultimate.
I agree. Ultimate's not really my type of thing because I too, like, my favorite way to play Iron Man was gather and just hoard a bunch of items. Like, even if you're doing crafting supplies, just hoarding all of them, and you can't really ever see that, and because you're dropping everything, or like, well, and I don't think I could ever actually do Ultimate. Like, Wim was elking his DFS in full Guffins because he wasn't gonna use it for like a few months. so he just got rid of it, which I couldn't do.
Yeah, sure. You have to get in a certain mindset where you don't care as much about like the value of certain items.
Exactly,
Like
that's what I was gonna say.
Is
Like-
called magma helm or whatever. Like how painful would that have been for me? I would have never been able to do that.
Yeah, I like to hoard too much. I wouldn't be able to get rid of things, so I wouldn't be able to do anything properly.
Someone asked when the next podcast is. Are you confident in answering that, Tyler?
I'm not confident. Alright, we also have a question, if we can talk about crafting EHP, how is it calculated? And what is the overall experience considering every step? OSRS calculated a lot of it from before. I think he said making the uncharged orbs, enchanting them, and then adding them to the battle staves is like, what, 70k XP per hour was it?
72, I think.
72, 73. But if you want to know how he got all the XP rates, if you go to the Crystal Math Labs Reddit, there's a post by OSRS, and he has like with every skill it says how he like came up with those XP rates. I think that was the question, right? How he came up with it.
I'll
Because
talk
if
about
so-
the XP rates.
Yeah, and how it's calculated. Another way you can do it now is, it's not on EHP yet, but because battle staffs are still the thing you want to do, you need money for maxing. But now you can also, if you don't need as much money to max, you can start doing your bowstring and turn that into flax. It's like 90k crafting an hour, which is pretty nice. Also, you have all your green dehides from green dragons that you kill. That's extra crafting as well.
Yeah, there it is.
Lella
I'll just
posted it
post
in the chat.
This one isn't a question, question in the chat or anything,
You really-
but if people were to look into joining our clan, the Erudite CC, how would they go about that, or what are they required to have to do that?
Well, to get in contact with us, you can find our thread on the forums. It's a post by Erudite CC. We also have a command in the chat. That's !CC, and that link will take you to the forums link, and you can see some of the requirements. Mostly the requirements, like to get a rank, you need 1.5k Ironman EHP. 1k Ironman EHP is nice for a smiley, but not everyone will get in. If you get declined, you can always apply again in the future. And it's mostly a clan for a mindset of people who want to max, do the most efficient things they can, try and find new methods, try and find new metas, try and go for 200 mils and do big goals on Iron Man, because there isn't really that many Iron Man type clans, and we thought we could try and make one of a bunch of people with the same mindset towards maxing.
Is it coincidence that the podcast picture is Duel Arena now?
Yes, definitely.
It was a coincidence.
If you look closely below Cub's picture, you can see a picture of Lelalt there. He's got a Astra. That Zemi spear that took him 400.
Is Erudite against using alts without breaking game mechanics? It's morally just, you can have an opinion, you can like it, you cannot, but just like, personally, I don't care. I'd rather not have people argue about it 24/7. Since it's not against the rules of the game, there's really no reason to make it against the rule of the clan, in my opinion. If one person does it, it's totally fine. It doesn't matter too much to me. I don't know about some of the others, but I'd rather just have it so where people just don't care. They can have their opinion, but don't name and shame people and talk down on them in the CC, because we're all just a clan of friends, and there's no reason not to like everyone.
I feel like if they were to poll whether they should make it against the rules, I would definitely vote yes, because I do think it goes against the morale. But as it is now, Jagex says it is allowed, so whether you agree with it or not doesn't really matter. People can do what they want with their accounts, and there's really no point in telling someone he's like not being a good Iron Man or something. It really doesn't change anything.
you can tell them that they're being a bad Iron Man, but it's not against the rules, so it's not that. Most likely, your words on the internet won't mean anything to the other person and won't change anything, even if it's against the Iron Man spirit.
It should be against the rules, in my opinion,
Same.
but I guess it's something that's very hard to enforce, and they just don't care enough to enforce it, I suppose.
I agree with that.
Probably brings more trouble if they try to like fix it. It's probably not worth the effort. Plus, knowing Jaggers, there's gonna be like 400 bugs with it, so. Guess this is
they
like
probably just make matters worse.
Yeah, so this is probably like the least horrible scenario to be in for Jaggers.
Someone would crash you at Bandos and you'd end up de-ironed because someone
Yeah,
wanted to take your job.
People would like plan it and then take a screenshot while they crash you.
Yeah.
I could see
Or
that
you
happening.
do a friendly duel with some random guy who put in 150 mil XP worth of herbs, and then you get de-ironed.
Yeah.
Just something. What do you guys think about Petscape, and how many pets do you have, and have you ever really camped specifically for a pet? I guess I can answer first. I'm not a really petscaper myself. I do like when I get them. I recently just got Rock Golem on my other Ironman. Cool. I don't even have money to insert it, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, I haven't really camped for a pet ever. I was going to after I maxed my main, but it's not really for me, so I just decided to AFK my other Ironman to maxcape.
I have 6 pets currently. I have 6 different ones. I've never gone out of my way to get one. They're all just like ones from either slaying, killing like bosses for the drops like Zora or Mole, or just like doing a skill and just training it and then poof, I just randomly got it.
I forgot to answer how many pets I have. I can't remember. I don't have too many.
Right now I have 9 pets. The only pet I've really... Well, I mean, I guess I've sort of camped for Krakens. Although, can you really camp something that's a Slayer task? I think the only one I've really camped for was the Phoenix pet. And I love getting pets. I think it's great. It's a little extra incentive to do things. Plus it's cool, like a cool achievement to show that you've killed a boss enough to get a pet. But they should slow down. There's more than enough pets already. I would remove a few if it was up to me.
I think I like them. I don't think I'll ever hunt for any pets apart from the Vedian pet. I do plan on hunting for that because it's my favourite one, but I think they're a nice addition for the people, you know, to give them a bit more incentive to maybe be skilling or PVMing or doing a boss that they might otherwise not enjoy as much. I would like to see them add a right-click examine option to pets that can't be left-clicked that would tell what kill count you got it on, but I don't know how that would go for tracking.
They said they wouldn't do that.
Oh, okay.
Because they can't do it for every pet that's already out, so it would be kind of...
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Maybe for the new pets they could do that.
Yeah, but then people are gonna be like, why not this pet? I guess the best thing about pets is, as far as the regular accounts go, you can see that someone really like camped that boss and killed it. Whereas if you see someone wearing Tassies, they might have just bought them. So it's just a little way to show that you've killed the boss a lot. So I like that about it.
Not always, but usually, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, unless you're lucky. Like Swaffle.
How many pets does he have now? Because he had 11 last time.
I think he's at 13, and I don't think he's gone over kill count on any yet.
What? Do you have any God Wars pets?
I don't know. I think he has it on his stream. Like a command, but I don't know. You can always ask him later.
Oh yeah, just to answer that, I only have 7 pets, I think, as well.
Guess I'm a better PVMer than you.
Yeah.
Let's see. Do you think Ultimate Iron Man is devalued with too much storage, hidey holes, looting bags, over storage? What do you guys think?
Free-to-play Ultimate Iron Man has only money storage nowadays. And that just recently came out with the Last Man Standing. And I don't really play other than free-to-play Ultimate Iron Man. So, I mean, I guess if you first think about Ultimate Iron Man, you just think about like, no bank, okay, well, have fun. But I guess there's a lot of space where you can actually store stuff. I think it probably makes the Ultimate Ironman maybe a bit more enjoyable. You can do a lot different stuff then, and there's more variety what you can do, more reasonable. Or yeah, I personally I don't know. It feels like it's probably a good thing, but obviously I haven't played membership Ultimate, so I don't know that much.
I think it's slowly becoming devalued, but like that's just like everything. Especially with hidey holes, I think it's pretty silly. Like having a god sword or a full barrow set just chilling there.
That was a big one. Hidey holes.
Yeah, I think hidey holes are really OP, but it's hard to say when you haven't played Ultimate yourself.
Yeah, exactly. And does it really matter? Because it's such a hard game mode. I don't really care if it's a little devalued. It's still extremely hard to like get high level, and also do those few extra storage spaces really matter? I don't think so.
Do you guys think that there's very like some really OP methods for Ultimate Ironmans that people still haven't discovered because there's not enough people playing it?
Oh, definitely. I'm sure there's similar methods for mains and Ironman too, which just haven't been discovered.
Yep.
If you look at the fact that like 3-ticking was discovered like when, like a year ago. So there's like a lot that can still be discovered, I'm sure.
But I'm sure like different methods for Ultimate Ironman and Ironman are a little bit different than discovering like 3-ticking. It's
true.
You have to think out of the box or stuff like that a bit more.
I'm sure there are some. I don't know if there will be any which will like drastically change how you max an ultimate, but there's probably a few quicker ways of doing things.
Alright guys, I think that will wrap it up for Ironman Podcast number 4. Hope you guys enjoyed it, entertained you. For future podcasts, there will be more. You can follow any of us on Twitter or Twitch. It'll be on this Twitch. You can follow us on Twitter. We'll post Google Docs so you can put your own questions in if you didn't already, and we tweet them, and we also tweet when we are going to go live for the podcast as well. It's like, should be about maybe like every month-ish. There's no exact date, but we'll tweet about it like a week or two before we do it and post the questions. If you want to follow anyone, their Twitch or their Twitter is on the side. There are their tags there. Does anyone else have anything to say?
Nope.
One?
Thanks for watching. Books one, yeah.
Books one.
Done.
Alright guys, have a great day.